it wouldn't be a stream of mine if things went well, right? I just have nothing left. Good morning. The fuck's going on? Thanks for the hype train. It wouldn't be a classy start unless something went wrong, right? Dude, really. I mean, smooth as a rough shit. Good morning. Welcome to the classiest place on earth. I got that's. I'm just gonna ignore it. Thanks for the hype train. I hope you're all doing well. Tech gremlins, dude. It's so many resubs and shit while I was up cleaning my bong. I don't even know how to say thank you, but thank you. Hold on, I have to catch up. Ghetto, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving 80 swings for so goddamn it, so fucking long. Bobo, thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving 80 swings for 45 fucking. That's a long time. Shit.
That's a long time. We're right on par, right? Yeah.
Thank you. I fucking appreciate you. And thank you for the hype train. Mishy, thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving 80 swings for so fucking long. I appreciate you. Hold on, I'm trying. Reasonable. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving 80 swings. I hope you're doing well, Honeybean. David Cable, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving 80 swings so many months.
I appreciate you, motherfucker. Emerald, thank you for the biddies.
Fucking dicks. I'm never, you guys. I'm trying. Last Socratic, thank you for the 734 biddies. Oh my god, is it Nocturne Day today? Oh my god, I didn't even realize it was Nocturne Day. Oh my god, it's Nocturne Day. Happy Nocturne Day, and thank you for those biddies, you kind soul. I fucking appreciate you. Kona just gifted out 5 subs to the chat. I'm shaking. You guys have overwhelmed me. Thank you. Kona, you generous fuck. I appreciate you. Chimera Tremendous 123. I almost said your name wrong, and that's totally my fault. Evil Grins, Jinx Bloodshade, and Jolt. You're all butt wizards of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I hope you fucking enjoy your emotes. They're dank. I like them and appreciate you. Thank you. Glet just gifted a sub to Resident Mia. Resident Mia, use a butt wizard of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways. I fucking appreciate you guys. I think I caught up. If I missed anything, I do apologize. Jesus, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm forever grateful for Nocturne since it brought me here. Nocturne, man, I've talked about it so many times. Nocturne was just something unique and special, and I don't, like, every RP I've ever been a part of has been a fucking blast. Don't get me wrong. I love RP no matter what. But there was something very special about Nocturne and that cast and the magic of that cast that, like, no shade on any campaign I've ever been in, has never been recreated, and I don't know what it was. You know, I feel the same way. I'm forever grateful for Nocturne because it was like just such, I don't know if I'll ever get that again. Like, I'm grateful I got to be a part of such a fucking dank cast and like PB. I don't know. There aren't enough words to express that, you know? Thank you for the hype train, my dudes. Seriously, I fucking appreciate you. If you don't know what a hype train is, you throw money at a streamer and you get free emotes from Twitch. That's it. Every once in a while you get a golden kappa. It was definitely a special capsule in time, and it's so, like, all the people in that cast, we all became so tight because the story itself was so emotional. Like, I know I've told you guys this before, but like the first half of Nocturne, I say this like not facetiously, I was actually having a mental breakdown, and midway through Nocturne, got medicated, diagnosed, etc., etc. And one of my worst fears was that my personality would change with medication and therapy, and it didn't, and that was quite nice. But like some of the scenes that people bring up that are their favorite scenes from Nocturne, I was using my breakdown to fuel those scenes. You know what I mean? It's so fucked up to say. But you know what I mean? You like use that energy. The Clash, it's funny, whenever my hubby and I get in the car and we started dating, Rock the Casbah was always on the radio. Really? Oh, that's so creepy. Luna, good morning, love. Emerald, thank you for the biddies. I fucking appreciate you. I hope you're all doing well. I don't even know what day of the week it is. Tuesday? Happy Taco Tuesday. I wish I had something awesome and cool to talk about, but I really don't. I'm tapped. But I can't sit by myself anymore. It's not good. I laugh because I'm uncomfortable. Thank you, Molly, for the biddies. You generous fuck. I appreciate you. You guys are way too kind. Thank you. I don't deserve it. Thank you. Oh, Socratic. Dude, not even to mention the way that it's weird because like we talk about Nocturne and I immediately think of like the amazing cast and how much I love all the people and how like, you know, like Domestic Dan and KPP and Amelia Tyler and like all these people, like we are tight. And I feel like that show bonded us forever. Like Dan and Amelia and et cetera, et cetera. Like these are people that I can go a year without talking to and, you know, hit them up on Discord. And it's like we've never taken a break from talking. You know what I mean? But not to mention, that's literally how I met Zach. And also my dogs are named after our characters. Like Nocturne just pervased our life. I don't know how to put that. Mishy, thank you for gifting 5 subs in the chat, you generous fuck. Sardar of Gore. Koshiro, Assault Bacon, Japita, and Spawn Blaze TV about butt wizards of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways. Because nothing is sexier than pure sober consent. Period. I appreciate you. Thank you. Is it Fat Tuesday too? Dude, I don't know. Is it? Does that mean, wait, does Lent start on fucking Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day is already such a stupid holiday. That's great. That's fantastic. I love that. Hold on. There's a ton of great art, paintings, and music that use shitty experiences as influence. So don't feel messed up over using your breakdowns to push your roleplay. It's so true. Like some of the best art in the world comes from extreme emotion, whether it's one way or the other. You know what I mean? 100%. Yeah. It was just, I don't feel bad. It's just like, it's weird to look back on and remember where I was mentally. You know what I mean? That's probably the weirdest. Nocturnal. There's my Billith, my hellhound. Sleaze, thank you so much for starting the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it 80 swings for 9 months in a row.
Holy shit, it's our baby!
Thank you. I appreciate you. Consent is important. This is like the longest lasting hype train of my life. Thank you. They make me anxious. Thank you. Wait, goes around and asks people to, oh, I love, is that good feels? We need good feels. I need good feels, at least. I pulled them. Bolt V, thank you, love. I'm all right. It's a rough one this year, Catholics. Man, fucking Christ. Good morning, Thread. Can I make a quick announcement? Always. Exactly. I mean, rage, exactly, right? Like, if art makes you feel something, even if it's negative, that was the point, right? Yeah, I mean, that's why we worship music, right? Music is art. And it makes us, like, the fact that someone can, you know, mush together a bunch of different sounds and make something that makes my brain tickle and feel like velvet and happy inside is kind of magical. Or someone can be Counting Crows and make an entire career out of making music that makes me want to peel my skin off. Still a reaction. Ooh, I posted on Discord, but I'll mention it here too. Turns out the guy who does the singing for Alistair and has made a bunch of Alistair-related music on YouTube. Shut up. Oh, I'm going to have to check that out. I love the Poods. They honestly, like, the past, like, 3 days, like, I needed cuddles, and these guys were fucking here for it. Let me tell you, dude. I don't know what I would have done without 2 big, hairy, nonsensical creatures to just, like, bury my face in for a few days. Oh my god, focaccia with confit duck is the fucking shit. Okay, yeah. I think duck might be a perfect meat when it's cooked well. Did I sign up for a game Sheepy has coming up? No. I've been kind of busy. If this is something that happened in the last 4 days, no. You sent something to my P.O. box? Oh shit, I didn't even get an email. Thank you. I'll have to check it. Bombies, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive and giving any swings that.
Prime sub! Don't forget your prime subs. Bezos makes billions and does nothing for the world. Thank you.
Good morning, Taco. How are you, love? They totally are the weirdest little fairy dogs ever. I love them so much. Like, they're just so weird. They make me laugh all the time. They're just clowns. Dealing with the grease is a pain, but oh man, duck. Exactly. I don't know how to cook it. Like, I couldn't cook it, but like Peking duck. Oh my God. Good Peking. Oh my God. It's so good. It was delivered Monday, so they may not have sorted it yet. Ugh. We usually get an email when we get something in our P.O. box, but I'll check. Thank you for the hype train, you generous fucks. I appreciate you. Oh my God, Dobermans, though. I love them so much. They're the same. It's because, I think because they've got that really athletic hunter dog body, but they don't have that personality. Like everyone, I mean, we don't need to talk about it here. We're dog people, but like Dobermans, Rottweilers, all the dogs that society likes to deem evil, they're clowns. They're idiots. Like, they're just goofballs. That's it. They just have that look. That ghost does kind of look like it's ready to suck some D. I'm here for it, though. Art can be a comedy or a tragedy. My book main character is the first part, is essayed in murder, it grief and pain to set up for a bigger outcome in the end. I mean, that's literally, if you look historically, like, the definitions of comedy and tragedy, comedy was tragedy, tragedy was comedy back in, like, Shakespeare, Pities, exactly. I've never met an aggressive pity in my life. Ever. And I've met a lot of pities. Ever. Like, I think this is just my conjecture, but what it looks like from the outside in is that people who want to look mean get a dog society deems as mean, and then they raise it to be mean. And it's not fair to that dog. A dog ends up however you raise it, There's no, like, genetic mean. Like, they're genetically, got different muscle mass and bone and stuff like that, so it's more risky to get bit by one, but a dog is a dog is a dog is a dog is a dog. You put it in a purse, it's going to act like a purse dog. You chain it up outside and make it fear the world, it's going to act aggressive, quote unquote. But there's no such thing as aggressive to a dog. They're just scared because you made them scared, you asshole. Pities are dopey goblins in disguise, 100%. I had a random pity wander into my garage the other day, and he was the sweetest boy ever. Oh, baby boy. He was looking for love. He probably smelt your dogs. Oh, Allie. I love you, boo. Be safe. The ghost looks like it's ready to suck some D. Thanks. I mean, you guys remember Siri? Dude, wait, literally, before she got married, I don't even think she'd met her husband yet, let alone had her kid. This was so many years ago, but she was doing like a Halloween thing where when you resubbed, you got your name written on like a little ghost or something and put on her wall. And when I resubbed to her channel, she drew a penis on it and put it on her wall. I still have that clip somewhere. The only penis ghost, and it was mine. Yeah, whenever a dog attacks because of trauma or a problem with the person they attacked, yeah, it's fear. I mean, that's all animals. I learned a lot. I learned more about that when it came to tarantula caretaking, honestly. You learn just in studying animals that animals, like, what separates you and I from the animal kingdom is the forebrain, the thinking about thinking, conceiving of time. And this forebrain is what makes personality and aggression. Animals don't have aggression, they have fear, and then they have a response to fear. And if you have an animal that you have made feel existentially unsafe, it's going to act aggressive. They're illegal in Canada too. It's so stupid. Yeah, I mean, it's the same for people. Seriously, think about all the most aggressive people you've met in your life and how fucking insecure they probably are in themselves. Aggressive human beings don't feel good. Like, we're just animals, you know? Katie and a penis ghost? Of course there was. Coco, uh-huh. When she was the Coco and then went Siri. I mean, ghetto, let's be honest. I lurk. I'm not much of a participator. Like every once in a while I'll say something, but most of the time I feel like everything I have to say is not worth a damn, so I just sit in silence and watch or listen. What up, babe? How are you, love? Oh yeah, I've known Siri since 2015. Holy shit. I don't want to talk about that. Wow. Time. Someone just tell me the story of a boy she nannies who spray painted a dick on the trunk of a tree outside his house and it wasn't noticed by his parents for 2 weeks. Me. My childhood. I don't know what it was. I had 3 older brothers, so I think I had like existential penis envy. Like they could pee and write things on walls and stuff, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? I have to find a bathroom if I want to piss or hold onto a tree and lean back." I think it was just like deep seated penis envy, but I would draw dicks on everything. Like if you've ever seen Superbad, that scene where he's talking about himself as a child and he has that lunchbox full of dick drawings, that was actually me, but I did not have an organized box of dick drawings. I just drew them on everything ever. And then get this. This still pisses me off. So it's known in my family that I like to draw dicks on things. I guess everybody knew because apparently I did it all the time. So one day my stepdad decides to be a funny idea to draw a dick in the dust on the back of my Nana's Cadillac. Like the most basic, rocket ship little dick with a W under it. And she drove around for 3 weeks with that in the back of her car before she realized that was there. She went to her grave thinking I did it because he never fessed up. She was like, I can't believe my perfect angel granddaughter would put a penis on my car. And I'm like, if I would have done it, it would have had head and veins and hair and at least some fucking detail. God damn it. She went to her grave thinking that. Fuck my life. Good morning, Viata. How are you, love? Yeah, that was me. It was, but like, I don't know, penis envy, I guess. I actually hand wrote her a letter when she was in the hospital, just a reminder that life gets better when she makes a difference in the lives of people she'll never meet. Oh, honey, that is really nice. Oh, I bet that made a big difference in her day, to be honest. Wait, are you gonna rap battle? I mean, Rod would just he'd get into the loop of what's a lemon. He'd get stuck. Like me. You ever go the extra mile and draw a dick that included the gooch and the butthole bind? 100%. Once I saw waiting, I started like, getting into goatsy and oh yeah. I would like, it wasn't like something where I would sit down and like artistically by myself draw a dick though. It was like, when students would be passing their paperwork back from the back of the room. God forbid I wasn't the last student in the back because I would definitely draw a dick on every paper but my own. Just a quick like dick. Everything all the time. I still do it, to be honest. Dicks are funny. You can't change my mind. They're funny. BJ, thank you for summing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings.
So fucking long with that Prime sub. Don't forget your Prime subs.
I appreciate you. Oh yeah, Batwing, 100%. Oh yeah, when I worked at Lowe's, it wasn't like waiting had come out years before I was in college, but it like got a second run or something. People started realizing what waiting was. And I swear to you, every single male person who worked in the garden center started doing that to each other. I.e., waiting around a stack of block with their dick out and then kicking someone and calling them excuse my language, fag. If they saw it, I dated one of these people. I mean, we all have shames, right? World is weird. Yes, the absolute penis, like Batwing, goatsy, all of it. Yeah. Yeah. At Lowe's. If you ever saw a dick at Lowe's, chances are you were at my Lowe's. Oh God, Kaiser. Kaiser Permanente contacted me about the nurse after my surgery who was weird about giving me pain meds, and they assured me this was not normal. I mean, fuck. You knew it wasn't normal, bitch. Like, it doesn't take a medical professional to know that's not normal. They assured me this was not normal. They asked me a lot of questions about it, and they said they're taking this very serious. I didn't expect to hear the results, but I'm glad they wanted info about it. The hospitals take that shit very seriously because, for instance, if you weren't given pain meds like you were supposed to be getting pain meds, and the pain you were experiencing exacerbated the issue, you guys know I've talked about this before. Pain is bad. You shouldn't just sit in pain. Like, you start to clench down and you start to, like, your body can heal wrong. You can sue that hospital into the fucking ground. They are liable for their employees. Like, sure, that nurse might have her license pulled or something like that or get a mark on her license, but no shit. Big fucking deal. They won't take those things lightly at all. I'm glad you said something because, I mean, all things aside, assuming the best about everyone, maybe this nurse is new and was given the wrong information from their preceptor or something like that and just was on the wrong page. Hopefully. Because I've never known a nurse in my life who didn't want you to feel better. Like, that's their goal, is to get you out of pain. You know what I mean? Oh my God, rage. If I had a rubber stamp of a dick, it would have never ended. I mean, it still hasn't ended, but like, it would have been worse. Oh my God. Oh, yeet. Bless your kind words. Thank you, love. I'd be a fucking menace. I would. There'd be dicks on the world. Oh, yeah. Dicks are wobbly, fun things to make a mess with when you play with them for too long enough. Shake it more than twice and you're playing with it is what my Nana used to say. The Abe Lincoln, the goat. Yeah, there's all sorts of things you could do. Like, you could curl your dick around your finger and make it look like a snail shell, apparently. I don't know. I don't have one. But I wish. I'm glad I took a picture of the board to remember the experience by it. Had her name on it. Good. I mean, that's why we write our names on the board. No shit. Mostly so like, when I come in on shift, I would always go in and write, your RT is Katie, so you know who the fuck to ask for. But also, it's good. You always need to advocate for yourselves. I'm not out for medical care workers, and I don't want my colleagues getting in trouble. But there's no advocate for you unless you're your own advocate. You got to be your own advocate and that kind of stuff. Looks at the box edibles, pain bad, medicine good. Do it. What up? How are you? And that's migrants. I've had that experience. I mean, I think I've told you guys about this before, but sorry, it feels like I have an eyelash curling in my eyeball. Every hospital that I've ever worked at, and I think every hospital ever, has an anonymous reporting system within our computers. For instance, at my last job, it was called the Hero system. But essentially, it's a place where if you see another person, one of your colleagues, doing something questionable that maybe wasn't like immediately disastrous, but you just don't feel good about it, you can go anonymously report it. And then they'll look into it. Like there's some board of people that look into it. I've only done that one time in my entire life. Like, it takes a lot for me to, because I don't like people getting in trouble. I'm not a tattletale. Like, I'm the kind of person that if I see something wrong, I will just approach the situation. I don't go walk away and just, oh my God, did you see what Tina was doing? I'll be like, hey, Tina, what are you doing? But I've definitely done it one time in my life. And it's not like it was such a weird situation because not only was this a nurse, which is, I mean, that's a personality type, right? We know, like, every nurse I've ever worked with or known is a bleeding heart and they want everyone to feel better. That's what they're there for, is to care. They care, like, deeply they care. And I had this patient who, he had a pretty extreme flap. A flap is when we take one part of your body, we don't disconnect it, we kind of disconnect half of it and then, like, swing it up to another part of your body to make up for something we've removed. So what happened was this person had mandibular cancer, so they had to take away all of his mandible and all of these muscles. And so what they did is they took his pec muscle and disconnected it from here and swung it up and sewed it onto his neck. This surgical ICUs are pretty wild. Like, no shit. This isn't the weird that we had surgeries all the time that were like this, very intense. And you can imagine how fucking delicate you are. I don't need to explain to you how delicate a human is in this circumstance, right? And I walk in, and I'd had this patient for a few days now, and the nurse was a traveling nurse. And this is why it was so bizarre. In my experience, traveling nurses tend to be sometimes the best because they know no one knows them. They don't have that trust of being an established employee that everyone knows. So they kind of they work to prove themselves because they're only there for 6 weeks. They have to go, otherwise they have to be hired and get insurance, blah blah blah. And so usually they're really, really good. And I walk into this room to do my last checks, and this nurse is changing the patient's bedding and stuff, but forcing the patient to roll himself. I don't know how to explain this. So you know how you're in a hospital bed and you have like the guardrails? She was telling him to pull himself over one guardrail so she could change his bedding. I'm trying not to. It's so fucked up. I walk in and it's like the stitches are literally like ripping off of his jaw. Everything's falling apart. He's bleeding everywhere. It was the worst. I mean, there's not a nurse in the world that won't help if you ask for help. There's not an RT in the world who will not help you roll a patient if you ask for help. That's what we do. And there's 50 million nurses all over the place. And I heroed that shit so goddamn fast, and she was gone the next day. Which means they looked into it and they saw a lot that they didn't like, because they don't do that. They don't take that lightly, especially when it comes to travelers. But I wanted to die. It was one of the worst things. And that was what, I did. I stepped in and said, absolutely not. I rolled him back on his back and I said, will you go to the nurse's station real quick? I'm just going to do something real quick. And I went and reported that shit. Good morning, Eliza. Thank you for resuming the class, keeping the class alive and giving any swings. I hope you're wonderful. Yeah, I hope she doesn't have her license anymore. And I really don't say that lightly. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. That was unethical, immoral, disgusting. He was crying. I could see tears running off of his face. It was just one of the worst things I've ever seen. It was just so irresponsible. Ooh, I need animals today, knives. Let me grab those. Hold on. I almost missed them. Molly, it's for everywhere. So literally, within the hospital, we are all a part of the exact same system, regardless of what our specialty is. It's just like when you log into a computer, you'll see something different based on what your job description is. But we all have the hero system. So it's for everything. So like, for instance, if I saw the people who deliver food to my patients, if I saw them sneeze on a tray and deliver to a patient, I'd hero that shit real fast. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I'd probably take the tray, throw it in that person's face. I'm not one to tattle. Like, if I can take care of the situation appropriately, I will. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's about anything. You can hero a patient's family member. No shit. If you think a patient's family member is stealing meds, doing something with the patient, doing something ghetto, because that hero thing goes immediately to a board that gets into that immediately. Because like I said, hospitals will do everything not to get sued. It does happen to also keep you safe, but at the end of the day, they just don't want to get sued. That's their gist, you know? It's therapy days, same. I hope it goes well, Honeybean. Ooh, Mandel, fuck yeah. No one should suffer someone like that, and I don't care. Like, there's no, yeah, nurses and doctors and a medical team, we will stand together to, help a patient accept a therapy or, accept a fact of their therapy or something like that. We'll absolutely do all of that. But there's no such thing as nurse or medical staff in general. There's no loyalty if you're a piece of shit at all. We don't protect bad behavior. Period. Because again, core need is to care for a fucking human being. And you can't do that if you're you know exactly what I mean. That was the only time I've ever seen something that bad in my life, ever. Let me grab it. Thank you, Mandel. A manager of mine, in the past, put his gloved hands in a potato salad, and it was put his not gloved hands into potato salad.
Shitter was full.
Oh, I would hero that. Absolutely, Molly. Yep. I would have heroed that real fast. Yeah. Did I grab that one glove? Hold on. I think I did. I'm just grabbing them all. Rapid fire. I don't know. Chiyuku, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Rage. Rage and Silk, use a bow was the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, baby. Enjoy your fucking emotes. Imagine if cops had that system. I didn't want to say it, but I was going to say, we're nothing like cops. Get out of my head. That's literally what went through my head when I was trying to describe, like if a patient is being abusive to a nurse, we will all stand together and be like, absolutely not. But if a nurse or a medical person is not being appropriate, you'll never see a group of people turn their backs on you fast enough. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely not. There is no loyalty if you are not doing your job appropriately. Shiuku, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Lord Damon and Mandel. You guys are butt wizards, the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways. I fucking appreciate you. Thank you. I know, I haven't heard this. Wait, who is this? Usher? Didn't Usher just do the I didn't even know it was the Super Bowl this weekend, my dudes. That's how fucked my life is right now. I had no idea. Didn't he do the Super Bowl halftime show or something? I agree. Police should have a licensing board just like the medical boards, 100%. And they should have to pay $300 every year to do continuing education credits and have to submit that to a board who then says they can keep their license. Period. Hi, Elsie. How are you, love? The world would break if hero was the norm. I know. It's kind of fucked. I do have a question. I've had my colonoscopy on Friday that took 11 biopsies and still getting sore stomach cramps. They never said how long it would be before they stop. How many days on Friday? I'd call and ask them. After 48 hours, if you're still experiencing unnormal symptoms, there's no harm in calling. So explain the unvaccinated healthcare workers. Dude, they're on an island. I mean, I've talked to Neuro about it. And he, I think you were here, Viata. He came in, oh God, this was like a couple weeks ago, and said they finally just were able to fire an anti-vax nurse up in New York. That part, that's so new. I don't even know. That wasn't a thing when I worked at the hospital. I don't know. I have no answers for that. No one was anti-vax when I worked at the hospital. I don't know. Dude, Shiuku just gifted a sub to Dessert 21. Dessert 21 uses butt wizard the highest order. Go for it. Then be consensual. And thank you. It is, but it's also like Fat Tuesday. Or no, today's Fat Tuesday. It's also the first day of Lent, I think, which is funny. You know what I was thinking? I did a grocery order the other day and I was just looking at all the candy. And like Valentine's Day is not only like the most pointless, shitty holiday, it also has the worst holiday candy ever. Of any holiday candy to come out, Valentine's Day is like, would you like a box of shitty pink goo inside some shitty milk chocolate? Or would you like a solid chocolate heart that is also milk chocolate? What the fuck? How come every other holiday's got the best chocolate? I couldn't trust a fart for a month after I had my pipes looked at. Yeah. Revoltacon, how are you, love? I'm okay. I think I'm just numb right now. My body can't handle anymore. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a nurse, but I don't believe in medicine. I mean, if you are a medical professional and you just decide... If you're an anti-vax medical professional, I can't help but think you are highly uneducated. Because theoretically, we all went through the same schooling. And I didn't come out fucking idiotic. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't like chalk-flavored candy. I know. Oh, I forgot about the chalk hearts. Yeah, those too. The Reese's Cups hearts, so here, same. They look, the Reese's hearts look like ball sacks. It's just, what the fuck? Oh my God, dessert, do you not have anyone else to give it to? Cherry-filled Hershey Kisses. I've never had that in my life. That does not sound good. What the fuck is that? Shiuku, thank you for gifting a sub to Spurp. You're very, what the fuck, you generous hoe. Thank you. Yeah, tomorrow's the first day of Lent. That's why today is Fat Tuesday. Today's like Mardi Gras or whatever. Or is Mardi Gras at the end? I think. I appreciate you, Revoltcon. Everything sucks. God is dead and we're alone. What are you going to do? Can't help but think they bought their degree. There's some, or like, they're just the type of person who can rote memorize but not absorb. Like when I went to school, I went to school with the understanding I'm learning this information to take it forward and help people, as opposed to I'm just passing tests. And sometimes you got to wonder, you know? Do you love the conversation hearts? I think they taste so bad. Let's show your love by giving them a chocolate ball set. Barilla, thank you for subbing the class, keeping the class alive. I'm giving it swings for 39 months. That's a long time, and I fucking appreciate you. My grandma, who's also a surgeon's assistant, doesn't believe the COVID vaccine is poisonous. So she's kind of an anti-vaxxer, but she still got vaxxed for COVID because she's legally required to. At least she got, I mean, I think that was a big thing. Like if you didn't, yeah, it's so, I don't know how, I don't need to say it to you guys. I'm just saying it because of my own peace of mind. Like thoughts aren't facts. What, when, and where, and how in the world did someone tell us your thoughts are facts? Who, what? The fuck? It's just powdered sugar, right? Yeah, I can't, it's like, makes my teeth feel like, you know? There's live cams of Mardi Gras. That's kind of hilarious. Speaking of Vita, I had a conversation with someone that if you didn't have someone, you could always just appreciate yourself. You should always just appreciate yourself. Let me grab that. Oh, I want to learn about Mardi Gras. We have so many links. We should watch them. I'm slacking. Oh, there it is. So no shit. I don't think I've been single for a Valentine's Day in many years. Since I was last single in Baltimore. And I'm just here to tell y'all, Valentine's Day is stupid no matter what. Either you're single and sad because you want someone to love you, or you're with someone and you're anxious that you're not going to do enough, or you don't do anything, or something. It's a shitty holiday. We should eliminate it. If you're with someone and you love them, celebrate them every day. Don't wait for one day a year to give them chalk hearts. Are you fucking with me? It's such a stupid holiday. It's stupid. In my opinion. Okay. Should we watch some funnies? I've got them. I like wholesome. Kinda right, and that's, I mean, what more could you do? It's a dumb holiday. People put so much weight on Valentine's Day, and it's just a day. I mean, it's nothing. Because Halloween is a lifestyle.
Halloween is not a holiday, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle where you get one time a year to shop for your home, and then outside of that,
Oh, Lophius, my mom used to do that when I was a kid. But Katie, the chalk hearts, they mean more because of the day. That's almost, you'd think. That's what people think, seriously. Every day is just a day, exactly. But I mean, seriously, Valentine's Day, I mean, if every single one of us is at Walgreens the night before or the night of Valentine's Day getting a fucking $10 piece of cardboard card for a significant other because God forbid we didn't, there's a problem. It's not a fun holiday. You know what I'm saying? Spooky 365. Boom. My culture is not your holiday. I need, yeah, I mean, I've had a rough 10 years. And I would like to see something cute. I'm so exhausted with death. I've gotten to the point where my family's literally not going to have an older generation. And it's freaking me out, my dudes. I can't do this anymore. I'm going to smoke the pain away. Dude, Vixie, fuck yes. That's the way to do it. I cleaned the fuck out of my bong. Look at that shit. Yes, subs can absolutely post links. Just please don't post porn. Not that I would assume literally any of you would do it. But yes, if you have a sub, we trust that you're not going to post anything to make me lose my channel. That's it. If you don't have a sub, all you have to do is ask permission and we can give you a permit. It's just protection against crap because very unfortunately, I'm responsible for everything posted on my channel and Twitch will come down on me. That's it. It sucks. I'm pro porn. I love naked. No shit.
Shitter was full.
Man, this was a couple weeks. A week? I don't know. Time. I think it was last week. I tweeted, I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's time to take your Christmas tree down. And Elheim commented, we just keep it up and decorate it different for every holiday. And I kind of thought that was like mildly genius. Just like have a holiday tree. Fuck it. You never have to take it down. Pro-normalizing sexuality. That's a big thing to me. Where's my water? Hydrate, motherfuckers. Oh my. Oh. This is the second time Viada's been banned in like a week or like 2 weeks, and I'm just saying she's gonna come back with fury. I love you, Viada. See you in 2 minutes. My tree is a Halloween tree, always, but it's a lifestyle, let's be honest. Even then, like, the early part of the year is pretty light on holidays. I feel like we really bust our nut. I've thought about that a lot, Rod. Like, when I was a kid, I used to think about that. Like, all the cool winter holidays are basically in the fall. And then once winter actually begins to suck, we have nothing. Like, there's nothing fun. The whole, like, you know, January, February, March. That's, I mean, you know, we've been getting slammed with snow this weekend. Holy shit. But whenever the fucking, you know, why did we bust our nut early? You know, they just rapid fired all these fucking holidays and then they were like, all right, now you just sit inside for 3 months. Viada, literally, the fury's gonna build. I'm kind of excited for it. Shiuki, you generous fuck. Thank you for gifting a sub to King or use a butt wizard of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. Thank you. Oh, there's a points redemption where you can ban a mod for 2 minutes. That's it. That's it. Normally, it's always Rod. And summer's just a void. Yeah. It's like the worst seasons. We really just kind of left it out. Yeah, I like the snow makes everything beautiful. Like if snow could just stay, snow makes everything look pretty, but then it melts and looks disgusting. Empty space to make up our own. Let's fucking go. Dude, I mean, honestly, how come we haven't come up? I mean, I know they've come out with like, you know, recognition days, but why don't we invent a fucking dope holiday like Festivus or something? Something actually fun that does not involve spending money. Can we do that? Something that literally no one could market or take advantage of. How?
Shitter was full.
No cards allowed. I think cards are a fucking gimmick. Real footage of Viana right now? Oh, welp. See you in some minutes, Rodney. Zach, that's ours. I mean, let me think. What day is today? Today's Tuesday. It was Saturday night. I want to say it started snowing and it didn't stop until Monday. I mean, every time I looked outside, I was like, how is it still going? Like, where is the precipitation coming from? It was wild. They're like recognition days. I'm talking like a legit holiday where you actually like do something dope. Snert Day. Oh my God, I like Snert Day. For the snow melting, the day when we all bring out the shorts. Want the hard sell, the clit. See, okay, you'd think so, but you'd have to be more specific. You'd have to say the human assigned female at birth clit. Because I fuck you not, quite recently scientists have published a peer-reviewed paper stating snakes might have clitorises. Because that's more we're studying than humans, I guess. So, like, we're interested in clits, it's just not humans.
Shitter was full.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. That was leftovers of the atmospheric river. The Lunar Chinese New Year would be fucking dope, but we couldn't celebrate in the States the way they actually celebrate it. We got too many weird regulations and shit. Snow Dirt Day, seriously? I mean, I've described, that's how the snow is in Colorado, I feel like. It snows a shit ton, and then that snow doesn't go away for so long. It just gets pushed around a million times to where it's like gravel and dirt and maybe a hypodermic needle. And when we were kids, when I lived in Eastern Washington, we had the same kind of snow. We would build an igloo out of what the plows had like pushed to the side of a parking lot. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? If there was a parking lot near you, inevitably one side of it would have these huge piles of snow where the plow machines would like push all the snow, and we would tunnel through them. But like it was like horrible. I mean, we should have died. It was terrible. What up, Slurm? How are you, love? We have hump day, but that's like weekly, right? Snakes, women, same difference. Baby metal's great. Oh, you do? Oh, dude, Mogrins. That'd be fucking epic to see. Snakes can't say no to being examined, but humans can, and there's a very large group that say no to. I mean, honestly, I don't want someone fucking around with my puss. Yeah, the snow's beautiful when it's new. It's the old snow that gets the snert. Snert's disgusting. The shit, I mean, seriously, because they put it in those huge piles, right, knives, it never melts. It turns into like an ice cube. So it'll be June and you'll still find some like ice piles in parking lots. Those were the fucking days. They're experimenting with dousing those snow piles in black powder. It makes the snow pile melt. Black powder? What is that? What is black powder? Sheepy, dude, I'm so sorry. I mean, you know, I'm so sorry. Just,
Shitter was full.
I apologize and I love you. It's been a fucking 10 years. I laugh because I don't want to be alive, but you know, we're working on it. Depending on the area of study, I might donate my dick to science. I mean, what would they do to it though? The same virus that causes wonky cat syndrome could have uses in fighting cancer in humans. The fuck? Rod's back. Oh my god, is Viata back too? Please, I have to unmod and mod you. It's doing that again. That's nice. Is Viata back? They banned all my mods except Glut. Oh, it reflects the sunlight so it doesn't melt as fast. That honestly makes sense. So honestly, I don't know, because this is the thing, like, the vast majority of reptiles and birds don't actually have, like, classic genitals like you and I. They do something called a cloacal kiss, where basically they both just have a cloaca that, like, suction cups onto each other. So honestly, the details of the clit are very confusing to me. I don't know. Less until August, because the dirt formed an insulating layer around it. Yep, we get the same shit here. It's terrible. What up, money? How are you, love? I love you, Sheepy. I'm so sorry. It's the worst fucking time. I don't know. There's nothing to say. I'd say it's the worst timing, but what a horrible thing to say out loud. Zag
Zag has redeemed points to just say thank you to the mods for being awesome. I agree. Thank you, mods, for being awesome, regardless of how the chat treats you.
Male seahorses are. Have you ever? You've watched them give birth. It's like they're fucking the ocean. We have videos to watch. Sorry. I'm Slacker.
Hail Satan.
Again? Fuck. See you in some minutes. Yeah. Is it bad I don't feel better until that first energy drink hits? Honestly, probably not. And here's the reason. As a fellow energy drink consumer, I've looked into it and like there's so many fucking vitamins and shit in energy drinks that I think sometimes we become a little dependent on it. Like the vitamin B and shit in there. I don't know, but maybe. Yeah, it's feel good time. I need to disassociate into some cool shit. It's been a rough one. That's it. That's all I got. That's just the things I get suggested online are amazing. Amazing. I would have been down for 6 hours of that, Genova, honestly. Just watching people do their cool dances from all over the world is honestly... We've seen something similar to that, and I was trying to think of the video. I can't remember... Stop it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Pause. The context for it, but it was... groups of people doing their dance from their... Oh god, I cannot remember. That's a vac bed. I know. I too watched Real Sex on HBO as a youth. We all did. But I remember there was an episode where it showed one of those vac beds, and the point of it for that person was that they would sweat profusely while suctioned into all that latex, and then when they released, they'd have that slimy, sweaty sex.
Do what you will, but...
Dinner was full.
Nope.
Can you imagine the smell? Nah, I'm good. He's got individual videos from specific places too. His most recent video was him going around India asking for regional dances. I mean, that is, what a fucking cool job to have. That's just your average internet chiropractor. Dude, home read, thank you. I appreciate you. I feel like I wear a lot of black, but I do like color. Super Boppa, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings so fucking long.
Don't forget your Prime subs, motherfuckers. Vissy, my love, how are you? Is Viata back yet? Viata got smacked. She's off burning towns down.
You know what, Vissy? Because I love you, I'm not even going to expose you to it. I didn't have HBO growing up. It was considered a luxury, not an essential. Oh, 100%. My Nana lived by TV. Her hobby in life was TV. So as far back as I can remember, literally as a child, my Nana had a 50-something inch tube TV. You guys remember the big screen TVs back in the 90s that literally had to be on a swivel and they weighed 500 pounds? My Nana had one of those. So she had everything. So late nights at Nana's house were the best because, you know, real sex. But you remember those. They literally had to be on a swivel. They were so fucking heavy. She had it was taller than me as a kid. I remember it was huge. Yeah, the 10,000-pound big boys with like the fake wood panel shit. She had that and then, you know, went to flat screen as time went on. But her hobby was TV. She had everything. It was great. Especially because I had nothing. I had no TV as a kid. So every time I went to Nana's house, I was like, yes! I saw one of the Suicide Girls burlesque shows on HBO back in the day and thus began a whole sexual awakening. That was real sex for me. Like, all the jokes aside of the weird episodes, like, I definitely was like, oh my god, bondage looks fun and hot. What's that? You know? Or, like, they definitely, like, introduced some shibari stuff, but the show was sensationalized, right? Like, they always, you know, they'd be like, here's shibari, but really we're gonna focus on the guy that puts hooks in his back and hangs from him like an angel. You know, they never really went deep into the more tame, quote, hard quotes areas, I guess. They had to sensationalize it to the weird stuff, which was like, okay. To each their own, you know, put hooks in your back. Not my thing, but whatever. Again, consensual adults, do what you want to do. Oh, rage, dude. Before I learned that Suicide Girls was actually, like, really terrible to their models and shit like that, that was a wet dream of mine. 100%. Oh, good morning. Late night HBO on the lowest volume. Yes. Have a good day. Ever been afraid of it squishing you? What's squishing me? What's squishing me? The TV? Oh my god, you couldn't have. No. Do you remember tube TVs? Like, it was the TV screen, and then it had the big ol', like, jutting thing out the back of it. That was, like, the tubes. You couldn't roll that thing if you wanted to. There was no moving that fucking TV. It was so big. Cruel Intentions. Oh my god, that was I think that was an awakening for all of us, David. My nanny had a TV. My nanny, Katie, nanny had a TV. Was for us grandkids, so we could watch. No shit. That's all my memories as a child are sitting on a couch that was right next to my nana's recliner and watching like Wheel of Fortune, Price is Right, Jeopardy, name every game show that was on in the evening. All of them. We would watch all of them. She watched them all the time, though. I mean, that was her thing. She loved them. I actually think she went on. Oh my god, it's been a really long time since I saw these shows. Forgive me. I can't remember if it's Wheel of Fortune or Price is Right, where they call you out of the audience. That's Price is Right, right? My nana was in the audience. She didn't get called on stage, but she was in the audience one time. She was really into those shows, like when she was way younger. Oh, Viata, my love. I got you, boo. No, girl, lurk. Do what you need to do. I just really desperately wanted to give you your sword back. That was it. I love you so much. Please run away and ignore me existentially. I just needed you to have your sword because otherwise I was going to have a panic attack about it. That's it. That's all. 3 feet deep. That was my nana's. No shit. It was like it had to be in a corner of the room. It wasn't flush against a wall. It was in a corner of the room because the back of it, like the tube part, was bigger than me. It was huge. But that was all. I mean, that's all that existed. I had a friend that was my nana was on way back. I mean, I think it was before I was born, actually. I felt sorry for the Best Buy guy that had to drag away my Sony Vigo 36-inch flat screen CRT TV. Thing was over 250 pounds. Yeah. My nana's was equally that big. It was insane. Transpron has fascinated me. Was fascinating to me growing up when I got access to the internet. Probably because, if you were anything like me, Luna, like, I don't think my mom or my dad knew anyone trans for that even to be a conversation that had in the household. I didn't know trans existed, let alone was a word. Like, you know what I mean? It was one of those things where it's like you just had no idea. Like, I grew up in a tiny ass town where there was like boys and girls and they were all white or native. I mean, I don't know why, but racists get to pick who's white and they decided natives are white. It's fucking racist. But you know what I mean? Like, I just had no words I didn't know anybody. And I remember this was wild. I remember when I think it was the year after, no, I think it was in high school. And, again, my town, 1,500 people to this day. Like, that's it. That's the population. One of my friends' uncles went in for like a checkup or something like that, and they found a dormant ovary. And he was like outwardly assigned male at birth, but he was actually born with both parts. And I fuck you not, the moment he found out about that dormant ovary, he transitioned immediately. And it was like the town was buzzing. Like no one knew what the fuck this was. It was no one spoke ill of this person, but no one, I don't know how to explain that when it's the no language. No language to describe what was going on because such a small fucking isolated place. But this person immediately, and they I remember talking to her. I am so sorry. Talking to her. I knew him previously, talking to her after transitioning. And she was like in her 40s, did not have the language for how she felt as a human until the doctor informed her that she had a dormant ovary. And she asked the doctor, she's like, is this why maybe a reason why I've never felt right in my body? And the doctor was like, absolutely, maybe a reason why you've never felt right in your body. And that, moving on from there. But it's like, until you have that, some sort of exposure in your life. When I was a kid, there were no trans people on TV. That was not a conversation on the news. That wasn't even a word. I just didn't even know it was a thing. I'm very grateful for like the beautiful reach of the internet these days so I can meet people from every single fucking walk of life and get their personal experience and their personal story with it, as opposed to being fed media or just not fed anything and being completely ignorant to the whole thing. Like, I was last years old when I learned about Two-Spirit. And I grew up on the border of Canada, and my dad lived in Alaska for many, many years. Like, half my family, half my cousins were born in Alaska. Why did I not know what Two-Spirit was? Like, that should be something, you know what and it's not a conversation. And I think it should be. It makes me sad. Intersexuality is more common than people realize. It's super fucking common. And I was actually reading an article recently from Hopkins about the statistics of, happiness and mental health stability in children who were born intersex and their parents chose for them, as opposed to allowing them to grow up and choose for themselves, or maybe just be the way they were born because nothing's wrong with it and they're still functioning like they should function. You know what I'm saying? And it's not good. It's really not good. 9 times out of 10, the parents do not pick the correct direction, and it's very sad. Yeah, if you're willing to listen, you can learn anything from everyone on the planet. Fucking men. Cheers to that. I'll repack for you, Robo. This is not a shit in the wind. If you need to talk, there are people who will talk 100%. And like, that was actually something I kind of, I feel like I say it too much, but dumb white bitch moments. I have a lot of books on my shelf behind me that have been sent to me and that I've purchased of my own volition that are basically like how to be cognizant of racistness, of racism, etc. There's many different books on the topic. But one thing that I've really drilled into myself that I think has made me a better person across humanity, not just in terms of racism, is my inherent white privilege instinct to decide, or how do I put this? To speak on the experience of something I literally can't and will never experience myself. But because I'm this dumb white bitch, I have that instinct to do that. And it's really helped me step back and be like, I'm not a trans person. I am not a person of color. I cannot fucking speak to that. And I won't. As opposed to, like, I feel like we're in a kind of a society where if you don't have an answer for something when someone wants to talk to you, you're deemed stupid. When sometimes, you guys all know that stupid quote. We say it all the time, but like, better to be thought a fool than to speak and remove no doubt. Like, sometimes it's better just to shut the fuck up. You don't have to fill a silence with dumb. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely guilty of that. It is very odd, and I think it all stems from some weird societal pressure on the parents or something. Like, they'll feel like it's a fault of theirs that their child wasn't born into this imaginary binary world of male and female, black and white, period, end of story. It's like they've failed, that they didn't create something to fit those categories, therefore they've got to do something to put you, and I just don't. That's your baby. Your baby's perfect. It's so common. Genetics courses used to have students analyze their own chromosomes as part of their first project. So many came back as not matching what they expected and making their lives suddenly super awkward that they stopped doing it. Really? I don't know. I can't speak to it. I've never had my genetics tested, but I don't know if finding out I didn't have, the quintessential, like, assigned female at birth chromosomes, I don't know why that would make I feel like my different. Like, I don't know what they are now, and I feel female. I feel like I identify as female. I feel very fortunate, and I will never take for granted that I was born in the body that my brain fits. Ever. And I mean, even if I found out I had some Y's in there or something, I don't know if I would. I'd be like, sick. Maybe that's why I love penises so much. I don't know. Ow. My babysitter would play dress up with me. Mother was fine and it was a game, but it was always the most fun I had and most comfortable I felt, and never felt that the same again until I found trans porn and everything. 100%. Because you didn't have language for it. I mean, how do you, I associate that a lot to anxiety. Like, as a kid, I've told you guys that before. I used to wake up in the middle of the night with a heart rate of like 150 just while sleeping, And I'd, stumble up the 3 stories to my mom's room and knock on the door and I don't feel good. And she'd be like, go to bed, you're fine. And I literally, the word anxiety was not in my vocabulary. I had never heard that word before in my life. Anxiety wasn't a word in the 90s. I didn't know it to be like, maybe this is anxiety. You know what I mean? It was just like a feeling that I had to get over because there was no word for it. There was no language. No, my mom is not an anxious person. So, like, she didn't have that. Like, there was just nothing for it. I mean, how do you put words to something you don't know? It's just, I don't feel good. That was it. That's all I knew. And I can understand that being really difficult as a parent, trying to put. Hello, why do you look so blue? Hello, creepy boy. Exactly. Dude, no shit. You're old enough to feel confident in yourself. Imagine that happening at 20. I can't even imagine. No. I mean, using your whiteness as a means of self-actualization to make it about you or something like that. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Exactly that. Words allow us to categorize unknown feelings and enable us to be prepared for them and to learn to handle them. Very much so. That's why I think reading is important. No matter what you're reading. Don't let people make you feel bad if you're not sitting around reading hardback novels. I don't like that pretentiousness. Like, I know a lot of people that haven't picked up a book in 15 years, but they literally are online 24/7 reading all day long. They are never not reading, but people look down on them because they don't read a novel. It's like, fuck off. I don't understand that stigma. It's so stupid. I read both. Like, reading is reading. You're still taking in information. I don't know. It's a stupid pretentiousness, in my opinion. Reading is reading is reading. I think today more than ever before, because we are so phone heavy and phone associated and like on the internet constantly, we're reading more than we ever have, ever before, I think. Trying to speak for someone else without asking them instead backfires a lot. Like, a bunch of times, some well-meaning group has tried to get something banned on someone else's behalf because it might offend them, and the potentially offended group get blamed for it. Exactly. Yep, exactly. It's like, why don't you just maybe let them decide what's offensive to them? Like, what the fuck? That shouldn't even be a conversation. I've never had much sense of gender, but I genuinely don't care how I'm perceived. But I also know that's a common feeling for both lesbians and autistics. Yeah, I think that's, I've heard that actually a lot. I used to have dissociative night terrors that were like oh my God, walking nightmares. Good God. Moving around the house like a sleep paralysis demon without the paralysis? No. Oh God. Oh, that's a nope. Same, Vissy. I mean, we've talked about that before. Yeah, you get the, what's wrong with you? Don't be weird. Everyone else is having a great time. Can you stop bringing down everyone's day? It's really selfish of you right now. And you're like, okay, you're right. Okay, you're right. No, it's selfish. Yeah, no, I get that. Growing up in the 90s, you would have been met with, what do you have to be anxious about? I mean, even if they knew that word, yeah. My husband, right? That's a lot of people. I don't think that's fair. Want to look into a hound, one like yours? You want to get a poodle? Dude, poodles are amazing. Rod has a poodle. I have poodles. Oh, really? I don't know. Did Zeke fall in a well? Can you hear Lil's little like things she's doing? They're so quiet, but she's like sings. Hi, bud. Did sister scare you? Yeah, she scared me too, my sweet boy. Reese had to bark. Oh, he had to join in. Oh shit, that's us. We're the poodles. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You're the best, bud. What's wrong with you, though? In the mouth. Right in the mouth. Right in the mouth. They lick butts with that. Words I've heard from medical professionals, you don't look anxious. Wow. Big wow. Can you see a blood? Okay. I pulled her up. She's on my main monitor, Rod. I have my hands taken. I'm petting Bill. Don't worry. She's just behind Trick. She's getting love. I've got 2 hands going. We've got joint love. Don't hump your brother. Why? Damn, this is a Wendy's. Shut your eyes, my son. Oh, you're a boy. You're such a good boy, yeah. You think so? I think the typical AKC standard for poodles is no longer than 70-75. Really? You know what's funny? Well, interesting, I guess, not funny, but when the breeders that we got these guys from, they breed, oh, Rod, remind me if I'm saying it wrong. I know they breed, like, standard poodles, and then they breed, like, medium size, and then they breed something, I think they called, like, a king standard or something. I don't know if that's real, but I saw them. The male, the dad of these guys was, huge. So fucking tall. I looked it up, and I guess king standards are a thing. I was like, I don't know. These guys were just considered standards. But they are very, like, he is just so muscular. And he's like 80 something. And skinny. Like, he's not overweight, obviously. He's just solid. His butt cheeks are so rock hard. He's my little tank boy. But yeah, they were big. And what's funny is, like, Rod's poodle is, how much? She's like 50 pounds, maybe? 100% Vizzy. I would believe that hard, yes. Just because of how big they are. Golden retrievers are big, but they don't get that big. Like, yes. And they're just tall. It's just like, I think they're just, like, I want to stand up and show you where they are on me to show you how tall their dad was, but they're going to jump on me. Hold on. Because they're going to think it's playtime. Off. Yeah. Go on, Bill. Go. Get. So their dad, his head was right here. And if Trick, come here, bud. Okay, well, you can kind of see where they are. They're like right here. That's a significant difference. That's like 5 inches shorter, but they're still pretty solid. And I love them so much. But yeah, the dad, I remember, because I didn't have to bend down to touch him at all. I was like, oh my god, like, it's very infrequent that there's a dog that I don't have to do like the, oh, the buddy, and that dog I just stood and touched. I was like, oh my god, you're a monster. He was so tall. It's go time. Apparently, it's go time. All times are playtime, very true. With nap breaks. Very, very brief nap breaks. My brother's best friend in high school had a standard poodle. He was about as big as Trick. No shit. I've seen 1 or 2 as big as Trick before. There was one that used to come into Lowe's that was that tall, and it was a black poodle too as well. Standard poodles were war dogs and guard dogs in the past. I believe that. What did they do in the war? Sniff? I bet it was sniffing shit out, huh? Their noses are insane. A dog who did a fucking flying leap 6 feet in there and is going for your throat. Yeah, it's the jumping. They can jump. I'm not kidding you. We have, how tall? Our fence is taller than me. It's 7 feet. And Trick can launch himself above the entire thing. He's never gone over the fence because he knows he can't get back. But he can literally, I've seen him. His vertical is, his entire body gets above the fence. It's insane. Yeah, Trick's jump is fucking psychotic. His vertical is out of this world. I'm trying to show him to you guys, and you just keep hiding. Yeah, the standing jumps are insane. And that's, if you could feel Trick's ass muscles, you'd believe me when I say his vertical is like this 7-foot fucking insane vertical. He's just a solid creature. He's like, whereas Lil is like me. I consider her like me. She's like skinny fat. She's got a lot of that skin, you know. She's not as muscly, but she's like that girl. The mouth fighting. It's UFC, but open mouth. Toddler kissing only. You gonna get him? She is. She really is. Like, Trick, I think, doesn't care. He just wants to play. Lil, though, she's smart. She always goes for like the high ground. You know, like she gets up here, high ground, and then she can just snap down on him. No shit, you're 100% accurate. What's the difference between a king poodle and a standard poodle? King poodle, like royal or giant poodle, is a marketing term. I knew it, mostly by breeders to describe very large standard poodles. Knew it. To most kennel clubs, these would be still considered the standard poodles, which are considered to be 15 inches or larger at the shoulders. Kings and royals, giants might be 20 to 30. I should measure them someday when they're sitting still. I honestly, we marked their shoulders up a wall. We have like marks from them growing up like children because I'm an idiot. I don't know how tall they are though. I wonder. I kind of want to measure them now. I knew it. It's a fucking marketing term. Yeah. It's like when they say like, mini pigs. There's no such thing. You're going to have a full-grown potbelly pig in your house. Dog mom, thank you. Thank you. Not an idiot. A dork. I think I just meant to say like a dork. Like I love my dogs. And every time I look at those little marks on the wall, I get a little teary-eyed. Oh no shit, they were part of the mortar pool. Surprisingly good at dialing in distance and hitting moving targets. I believe that. I mean, I've watched the leaping they do sometimes. I mean, it's kind of insane what Trick can just clear from a stand. Their vertical is wild. I totally believe that. Mogrins, dude. I don't have to because my computer does it for me and my phone. I swear to God, my phone and my iPad, like my iPad has iPhoto on it, you know. So every time you open it, it's like, remember this day 6 years ago? And it'll either be Millie. No. Or it's these little guys as butterballs. It's same reaction. Like, oh, no. Every time. I don't even have to go into it. It's those fucking apps. Do it to me. Like, first thing in the morning, I'm like, I just wanted to read a book. And now time is real. Dude, chickens are pretty fucking fun, but dogs will fuck them up if they want to. War poodles, these were jokes. I'm too tired to tell, and sorry I tricked you. No, that was amazing. I love the war poodle. I mean, I would believe it really happening, though, is what I'm saying. You should see what they can do. It's like when you see a grasshopper, you know, like this small, launch itself 6 feet. Similar reaction. You're just like, how'd you do that? Your legs shouldn't do that. What's going on with your legs? I know you never get enough pictures. You never ever realize. I mean, I've had dogs my whole life. You never remember how short puppyhood is ever. I know I hate those ones. They same. Hard same. The iPad, dude. I mean, I searched long and hard to try to find an appropriate tablet to draw. I mean, I had a Cintiq for a really long time, and it was just too big and too like awkward. It didn't feel natural to me. And the iPad Procreate is just everything. There's no better tablet. Like, I hate that Apple is a brand name and they charge exponential money for anything that has an Apple on it, but like, fuck, no one else has figured out the tablet game yet. They kind of have, but not quite. And if I'm going to spend money, I'm going to get a good tablet. I mean, Rage, I'm the same. Like, I think the first time I ever went to Rod's house, I was aware that he had all these little French bulldogs, and he was aware that my pug had just died of 13 years. Like, my life partner, Millie, had just passed away. And I walk into his house, and it's just like a herd of little pork pies, like, at me. And I literally collapsed on all fours on the ground, put my head on the ground, and just started bawling and was like, you guys can do whatever you want. And like, No regard for any human in the room or anything else happening or the fact that we were there for some reason. I don't even know. Just down. And they just like licked at me and barked at me and hated me and loved me. And that's me with any dog. Like if I find out you have dogs at your house, like you'll be like, hey, and here's my family. And I'm over in the corner like, you dog. You know, that's me every time. Inevitable. It's going to happen. I love animals so much. I've never had an iPad mini. Are they pretty dank? They look so nice. My GF will randomly come in half in tears and smiles and under our phone showed our dog's puppy pics again. Your girlfriend and I have that in common. Yeah. Do you use like a Wacom tablet? Not a Cintiq though, right? Because I had the tablet for years and I just ignorantly assumed like the Cintiq's gonna make everything easier, got rid of my Wacom tablet, like gave it to someone as a gift and got the Cintiq and was like, wow, I hate this and I want my Wacom back. It was sad. Do I draw? Do you attend model drawing sessions? I did. So I went to college originally for an art degree and did that for 2 years until I realized there was nowhere I was going to go with that. And then I did chemistry. And when I was in college, yeah, we did live models almost every single day. People get paid really good money to just be naked up there and make weird like poses. I've heard, and I don't know how to say that creative, Huion, I think is how you say it. Those started like coming to light after I'd gotten my iPad, like years ago. But I've heard really good things about the Huion tablets. If you're looking for something like that, it was like piranhas. They literally are like little Pac-Mans with feet. Piranhas with feet. They're just mouths, like that's all they are with like with feet on them. That was when we went to Heilong. Yep, I remember I had to do your makeup and I was just on the ground crying. Did you know you have a dog in here? Exactly. People are like trying to tell me about how proud they are of their children. I'm like, did you know there's a dog in the basement though? And they're like, why are you in the basement? There's a dog. You know, and they're like, yeah, we put him down there so we wouldn't bother people. Okay, but I'd rather them than the people. Just ends up weird. I've always had animals. It's not like I was denied pets and then suddenly got them. This has just been me. It's just baseline forever. Animals are everything. I mean, if you make friends with the dog, nothing else matters. Anybody can dislike you. People are stupid. But dogs? Dogs, no. I have an iPad mini right now. It's perfect for reading and light browsing. I'm reading a crochet pattern right now. Yep, I use my iPad for patterns. That's basically the only thing I use it for. I don't really, like, read books on it. But yeah. I don't know my neighbors. They're the dog's parents. Shut up. I don't know my neighbors. They're the cat's parents. So real, though. Elvis is... Yeah. Willard's parents and the new cat that I don't know the name of yet's parents. Same this. Yeah, I could never do it. I like the new iPad Pro almost as well as drawing specific tablets now. The upcoming OLED will be great, but I don't know how drawing on an OLED will translate for those not viewing it on one. That's a really good question. That's how I feel with 4K at this point. Like, I've never invested in 4K anything because I only really care about the quality of what's on my monitors if I'm streaming, and no one can stream in 4K, so, like, what's the point, you know? Dogs! Dogs make me cry, C-Town! Dogs. Dogs. That's it. Is Zeus the total sweetie? Pit bulls are amazing. We started a conversation with that. Dogs are everything. I love them. Super, super high contrast. So colors look good together on it. Where they would blur on an LCD. That's what I'm saying. They would look almost like low res or something. When he was a little puppy, he shoved his face in the sleeve of my jacket. Cute. Wait, how would I even say that? Eggs bivisianist. Eggs help.
Did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as
Eggs. Aaron, I don't know. I got nothing there. I'm dead. That's a hard one. I'd assume the OLED. Why can't I say that right? OLED. OLED. We'll have HDR colors. Likely would just need to make the conversion was done right on non-HDR displays. And that's like right now, like if I create something on my iPad in Procreate, I already have to take it into Photoshop and do like a cleanup on a monitor. Would it just add another fucking step? If it was, if you had an OLED, why can't I do that today? Exhibitionist. What is it?
Hell. I want it to be Vista's name and exhibitionist. Exhibitionist. Help. It's helping me so.
Broke. I don't know. I have to stop. I'm gonna ruin Vissy's name like I did Iron. Jesus Christ. At the motorboating thing? Like motorboating? Or like that? I can actually legitimately make turkeys respond to me. I have a fast tongue. I don't know why. Can't tie a cherry stem. Heartwarming content. You are the best. I needed this. I know, it's like, that dog is like, think about baseball. Some of these things have autoplay, and I swear I have autoplay off. There's one thing out there like that where the dog grabs the whole thing and runs away. I don't think I've seen that one. I've seen the ones where cats get really passionate, though. Have you seen those? Where it's like cats steal a piece of pizza. And I mean, I've never had an indoor cat to like know this, but like cats, I mean, they'll like wrap their body around the slice of pizza and like. It's fucking wild to watch. Cats are intense. Animals do make all things better. You're not wrong. Like Scott knows. Anybody that knows me, like Rod, Scott, my friends, they just come in my back door. They don't knock. Just come in. That's the kind of house I have. If you're at the front door, you're a door-to-door salesman. That's the only creatures that go to my front door. And it's all year long. People are trying to get you to put free solar panels on your roof. Go away. I'm never putting your solar panels on my roof. It's literally it never ends. If you're at my front door, you're a salesman. Door-to-door salesmen are pretty common around here, unfortunately. Hate it. Communing with the Dark Lord, could you leave a voicemail at the... Ah! Boop. He's used to it. Nothing gets you. Nothing I can hear gets you. But if I scream, there's no reaction. No one cares. Yeah. That's about it. And then he doesn't care, and then he's fine. They just come in my back door. I mean, honestly, it helps that I usually leave my back door open. Like, wide open. I like the breeze. Dude, I make jokes about that all the time, Dawn. I mean, like, I got your link, Dawn. That's what I meant to say. I make jokes about them all the time in that, like, they bark at nothing. And how do I have any right to get upset when their only example in life is two human beings who quite literally scream at nothing all day? I kind of get it. I'm sad that it makes you look dumb. I probably look ridiculous as well. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what else did they have? They just want to be like Mom. They just want to talk to whatever the fuck I'm talking to, apparently. Oh, my boy. You're so dark. You absorb all the light. Wide-backed vagina, Camilla. I bet she lets people in her back door easily as well. No shit. Mom and dad sit in different rooms all day and talk to themselves, and then they just go silent for the next 18 hours and then rinse and repeat. So, like, I kind of understand. It's very annoying. I think they're talking about dogs in the neighborhood I can't hear. You're having conversations with a boyfriend, aren't you? Someday you're gonna leave me for your lover. Is that what's up? No comment. Just a big weasel. Oh, they hate it. I actually use that as like a behavior deterrent. If they're being douchebags, just poof them. They hate it. Yeah. Like if they won't stop trying to lick my face. Just a little poof in the face. Oh, they fucking hate it. They also hate the raspberry. So like not but the opposite way of air. He's getting nervous because he thinks I'm gonna do it. But like if we're snuggling. All I did was on his bag. They don't like that one for some reason. All I did was a little toot. That was it. But whoa, you see that jump? They hate it. Both of them do it. Seriously? Oh my god, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I've tested it, like all these different sounds, because I like kiss their face, you know, and all over them. Nothing, but oh, not that one. That's a bad noise. No, it is. They like go literally now. Lilith's in my lap. It is hyper aggression. Like, oh, we fucking around? Did you want to fuck around and find out, mom? Because I'm ready to fuck around and find out. And you're just like, bitch, on your back. What? Oh yeah, they like do like he's so fucking prepared right now. He's ready for battle. It's that slow wag, that Bob. Yeah, it's the same if I like accidentally bump them with my feet in the morning. Lil will fly 4 feet in the air and turn towards me like, it's time. And I'm like, bitch, it's 6 a.m. Get back. Vile, my love, how are you? He's so fucking ready. You want to go outside and go potty? Is that what's up? He's in hunter mode, man. He's going to come for me. And then there's Bill. They are so ready. Is this the jump? I've never got to see it. Hold on. I'm not kidding you. The tab for the... We're going to take a break because I don't think we've taken one today, but then we're immediately going to watch all of these links because they're crashing. Oh no. Please, God. Okay, it's fine. Well. Think before you talk. I'll be right back. Yeah, I might make... Are you proud yet, Mom? Fucking banger. Whatever happened to Mace? I don't know. I imagine this how everybody my age felt at the Super Bowl. It looked like the Super Bowl was geared towards me. You know, you make me feel so good. Da-na-na-na. Cheers. I loaded a bowl for Robo. Robo was loading a bowl, but I might have missed a cheers. Cheers. McTaggart, good morning, love. Thank you, Scott. Seriously, thank you. I mean, how can anything be, you know, there ain't nothing that makes anything better. I think it was just, I didn't even know how to approach the situation. I was like, what do you even say? You know, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just an up. Mostly it's the daughter. The little girl is the one. I mean, she just can't imagine not having a mom, you know? She's like 12. Ugh. Cheers. Did I miss some? Oh shit, hold on. On April 20th, 1999, during an interview with Funk Master Flex on New York radio station Hot 97, Mace announced his retirement from music to pursue a, quote, calling from God. He claimed he was leading people, friends, kids, and others down a path to hell, stating that he left to find God in his heart and follow him. Yes, I do, Luna. That's interesting. Cheers. That sucks. Weird. Okay. It makes me think of Kanye. Like, Kanye kind of, I hope he didn't go off the rails or something like that. Like, oh, God damn it. No. Okay, we have so many videos to watch. I love this song so much. I'm so sorry. I love you, Prince. We will return. I just want to watch the shit you guys have given me before they start crashing. Because they're crashing. Of course they are. Are you kidding me, TikTok? It's making me verify I'm a human. Fucking TikTok. Hold on, let me grab it slowly.
Hail Satan, motherfuckers. I appreciate you, Jedediah. Thank you.
Didn't Kanye come out with a new album? Honestly, I have no idea. He's off my radar. I have no clue. Oh my God. Luna. Are you please be kind? Are you fucking with me? That looks so good. That looks fucking perfect. It looks immaculate. Like, holy shit. I'm so excited for your cosplays. I'm not just, I would never, you know me. I can't. I'm incapable of lying. I have no poker face. That looks fucking great. The ears are perfect. Because I think the ears are they kind of look like flames. Like, I don't know why I always think that, but his ears kind of look, they have the shape of flames. You did the ear shape so fucking perfectly. Oh, Knives. Have you seen her she did a cosplay of, she did Nifty and, help. Oh God. Why? Yes, if you want to hand them to me, I would love to show them to people. Angel dust. Oh my God. I don't know why I always want to call him crystal meth. Angel dust. Angel dust. I always pick a different drug. It's like, is his name PCP? Is it crystal meth? Is it marijuana? Like, I don't know why I can't just get, like, every single time I try to do it, angel dust, angel dust, angel dust. I'm not kidding. Every time my brain's like, crystal something? No. Brains are stupid. It looks like the exact same hair. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, it seriously looks so fucking good. I wouldn't blow dust up your ass because I would not expect you to blow dust up my ass because as an artist, I want things to look realistic. And if it doesn't, I'd want people to be honest with me. That looks fucking great. I glitch all the time. My brain gets, it's like I try to remember something. And if my brain remembers the wrong thing, I can acknowledge it's the wrong thing, but I can't stop trying to, my brain tries to convince me that's it. Like I can't get off of it. It's weird. I get stuck on it. Okay, this is the Angel one. They're so good. She did them right after we watched the Has Been series a couple weeks ago. And I mean, they're just watching the show that Nifty was going around stabbing things with a giant sewing needle, but I wasn't 100% sure. I told you guys how when I was a kid, my grandpa made me a stick with a nail coming out the bottom, and he taught me to go around the garden and stab slugs and say under my breath as a 3-year-old, got the son of a bitch. 3-4-year-old. Just imagine 4-year-old Katie like, got the son of a bitch around the garden all day. That was my, I mean, I think I was Nifty. I don't know. They watched me. It can't have just been me because it's too close. Well, Alistair's is fucking intense. Let's be real. Like, I mean, you're cute as fuck already, so Nifty probably wasn't the most difficult. Whereas Alistair, like, that's involved. The horns and everything. And then you got to do like a this kind of thing, you know? And then one day, I don't know, I can't think of a quote, but you know, you got to get yourself like a megaphone shit, and then you'll be really creepy. Put some glitch on it. I think that's reverb. Yeah, get some fucking glitchy shit on that. Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch.
Oh, Satan. Oh, Satan.
So, Vixie, if you have nothing to do on Saturday, we were going to do it this Saturday. My life got turned upside down. We didn't. But this Saturday, I'd like to watch the series again with you guys because I've only watched it once. Wait, is that not how you're supposed to raise kids? I mean, I think I turned out okay, and I have really fond memories of my grandpa, so. Oh, Mogrins. The more true crime I listen to from, like, Harlow and just so many different true crime people on YouTube, I can't even name them all, and they, like, go deep into these children's, like, childhoods, and I'm like, oh, no. I cannot, because, like, the story, I don't remember these things. These are just, like, things my family tell me. Like, my mom said that when I was, like, 6-ish, she went up to clean my bedroom, and under my bed were just a bunch of bugs that I had torn the legs off of. And when she approached me, I didn't want them to run away. Like, I don't, like, it's there, you know, but I'm not up there killing people. Well, not without a doctor's order, I guess.
Wow. There's a, you know.
But truly, all of the true crime people I listen to almost have the exact same, like, they will call themselves out. They're like, yeah, they looked into this person who committed all these serial murders, and they had a lot of books on surgery and on true crime, which I too have. Like, all of the podcasters are the same, which I enjoy. They always call themselves out. They're like, I too have, you know, a skull of some animal, and I'm not out there, you know. There's weird, and then there's like, there's weird, yeah. There's levels. Ornery old bitch. I don't know how to, I'd have to listen to him again. This is what I'm saying. I gotta watch the series again. Artists be like, Mars, it's terrible when you look at it and it's like, bitch, please, this is awesome, right? It's the worst. We are our worst critics, hard, yes, every single time. I think that's every artist with music, visual, anything. Yeah, you're always gonna judge it more than anybody else. Smile, my dear. I gotta get the echo off. What is that? The echo. He's got a little though, right? The echo. I don't. Is that? Oh my god, absolutely not. Smile, my dear. You know you've never fully dressed without one. Yeah, it's weird. There's something wrong about it. I'd have to I don't know. I'd have to fuck with it. GoXLR's got a lot of cool settings in there. I really never fuck around with it as much as I could, but there's a lot of shit in there. Did you continue it until things had hair? I don't think so. I got to the point where I was like, oh, I can just put them in a jar and feed them food and then they don't die and they can still be my friends. A guillotine ants with nails. Oh, I was taught how to do the magnifying glass thing. Yeah, I definitely set ants on fire as a kid until I realized like that's a living creature and I shouldn't do that anymore. I don't know. There's always some turning point that triggers something in them instead of them not turning into a killer. Yeah. Very much so. Yeah. Kids are weird. We all do weird shit when we're kids, but like there's definitely something that happens. Something. My husband is BFF. We're talking about making the cane. Ooh. Oh my God. You're going to have a voice modulator in it. Shut up, my dear. That's hot. Bitch, you gotta go to a convention with that. Like, don't waste that. Good morning, Vox. How are you? Morning is anytime. I have that. I used to have Yzma on here.
Yzma was.
But I think... Oh, was it this one? Is that my voice? I had her on here. At one point.
But I think I fucked her up.
Somewhere. Oh. I think it was this one. Is that my voice? One of these was Yzma. I just fuck with him a lot.
I don't know anymore.
Satan's the only one I never changed. That one's consistent. One of the community managers that works at Bungie turns out she was roomies with a serial killer. That's super creepy. I just listened to a true crime podcast story about a guy who was literally raised in the town next to my hometown that I talk about all the time with like 1,500 people, middle of nowhere. Israel Keys. Has anyone listened to the true crimes about that fuck? Big scary. But he was raised like on par with half of the people of my town, like middle of nowhere, no running water, no electricity, 11 kids to a room, very religious, homeschooled. Bugs and reptiles get the shit end of the kid stick. When it's fuzzy stuff, there are conversations to be had, I think. It's true. 100%. I mean, Rod, if there's a doctor's order involved, does that count? Luna, that's oh my God, my daughter asked me if she could be Charlie Morningstar for Halloween. I follow her around as Alistair. Oh, that's fucking parenting goals. That is so cute. Music, man, I listen to so many different kinds. I tend to listen to podcasts that also have like a visual feature. Like I watch a lot on YouTube. Stephanie Harlow is definitely one I listen to. The one that was about Israel Keys was, oh God, what's her name? Oh man. She's from Manchester. She has a really heavy Manchester accent. And I listen to her all the time, and I'm really trying to remember her name right now. She's fantastic. But she's, again, all the people I listen to very much focus on the childhood and psychology of the killer, not hyper-focusing on the crimes. I don't like that kind of shit. Like, it's part of it, but it's a human being at the end of the day, and a lot of them still have family alive today who have to listen to this shit over again, and that's not very fair. But listening to the psychology of the crimer is what I like to. But you know who I'm talking about? Oh, I can hear her opening music. It's like, but then, why can't I think of her name? I'm just gonna hold on. I feel bad. I listen to her all the time. I'm feeling really bad because she's great. It has nothing to do with her quality. The fact that my brain is super ultra farting on her name right now. I'm gonna find it. I'm just looking at my YouTube because usually she pops up everywhere because I listen to her shit all the time. Another Eleanor Neely, something like that. She's a really good one as well. She does pretty good podcasts where she actually covers the history and stuff of the crimers, but that's not the one I was thinking of. Oh my fuck, what is her name? That's one of them. It wasn't Eleanor who I was thinking of. This one, I think she's around my age. Oh my God, Emma Kenny. And I had to scroll so far. Emma Kenny. This bitch. She great. But she does literally 2 a week. She's insane. She does so much. So if you like listening to them constantly, she's constantly pumping out new content and she has hundreds of videos, I think, so far. It's crazy. She's amazing. She has a shit ton of personal history and personal trauma with subjects, and she works in helping children. She works with children who have horrific families and stuff like that. So she has a lot of personal connection to that stuff. So she has a lot of really unique insight. And she's very like storytelling, but also she breaks down the psychology of a lot of it because she's very, very smart. She's really good. I really like Emma Kenny. I'm really ashamed I couldn't remember her name because I listen to her all the time. But yeah, that guy, Israel Keys, he actually like planted kill kits all over the country and he would go on business trips and then his like MO was to find someone that didn't fit a profile because he studied serial killers to learn how to not be pinned. And he would like hide kill kits all over the country just in case he found someone. It's crazy. Fucking nuts. But he grew up in Colville, Washington, which is the middle of bumfuck Eastern Washington. I worked in Colville. That's where my taco time was. Really creepy. Also, the kid that alphabetically sat behind me all through school, his cousin like killed his whole family on Christmas. They have the same last name. It was super weird. There's a lot of serial killing in Washington State. I don't know why. I think it's because there's a lot of open space to go be creepy in the middle of the woods. I don't know. Cheers. Shit, race. I almost missed it. Hold on. Have a wonderful time, Vissy. Make sure to hydrate. That was kind of the setup of my new season of Criminal Minds that they put on Paramount Plus. Was a guy who set up killing kits all over the country, but then he would get other killers. Oh, he'd get other killers to use them? Oh, that's creepy. No, this guy used him on his own, and he was like married with a kid and shit. Very weird. The nail. No, that sounds so familiar though. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Nail biter? That tickles something. Have I seen them? No. Ooh, should I? Ooh. These look creepy as fuck. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna keep that link. I'm moving shit over because I got a lot of links from you guys. We have like 3 on this one, and then I got a ton over here. I'm just gonna move in one bulk because I don't want them to crash. I love animation. Like really, if you have not watched Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix or by other means, just get it. It is such a case in point of how animation is absolutely not just for children, and animation can be taken to astronomical levels, man. The first thing that comes to mind is the episode where it's the 2 like salesmen that break down in the desert, and then all the like ghost fish and stuff are in the sky, and the one guy like jumps into it all naked and shit. It's just beautiful. I don't know, man. Animation is a whole new level. It's so great. My daughter hasn't seen Has Been and won't till she's a little older. She's pretty mature for her age. But Ob for my 8-year-old doesn't need to watch it. Yeah, I mean, I don't have kids, but like when I was 8, I probably shouldn't have watched that. That said, she sees me excited about my projects and thinks the characters are super cute, and who could blame her? 100%. I'm totally prepared for all the evangelical parents scorning me for letting her play a Has Been character. That's what I think about that. People will get up in arms about everything. If you feel like you're parenting right, you're parenting right. People got to get off. I mean, seriously, I think moms and dads are doing their absolute fucking best out there. And I don't think I need to say this, but like judging others is pretty crazy. Unless you're like those creepy social media families that abuse their children, in which case, like, fuck you. Wait, what is this? Hold on. Amazon Prime airs new satanic series, Has Been Hotel. Has been satanic? Where's Satan? There is more angels than Satan in this shit. Are you kidding me? Take action now. Signatures 21,965 to Amazon Prime from 1 million moms. If they can't get 1 million signatures, do they really have 1 million moms? Oh Oh, shit. Fucking got him. Oh my god. That's amazing. Oh, really? They're only called A Million Moms, but there's only like 20 to 30K in there. Oh, that's misleading. Yeah, Lucifer doesn't equal Satan. And Lucy, like, Lucy's our little short king angel who literally is obsessed with rubber ducks. We've seen him, like I've said, like, what, 4 times? And he's been pretty fucking wholesome. Oh, you like girls? Me too. We have so much in common. He's my soul sister. Like, who doesn't identify with him? He's sweet as fuck. I mean, he's not a great dad considering, the absence of shit, but like, what? They haven't seen it, right? Take that, depression!
Hail Satan!
Really, the only thing about the show that's not okay is the language and the sex and drug abuse. Other than that, it's really not that bad of a show. 100%. And it's, from what I remember, again, we're going to watch it on Saturday, but it's not necessarily glorified or shown in a great light, those things. Like, those things have obviously are or have altered those people's lives. Like our alcoholic bartender and crystal meth, angel dust. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the montages of the sex and the drugs are it's the worst. It's the heart-wrenching, like, horrible, like, life he's leading to self-punish himself for something. At least that's what I was led to believe. He feels very self-punishing to me. I don't know. Man, okay. There's so many things out there that are easy to get a hold of that are just so much worse. Like, and literally, Race, you're absolutely correct. The hotel is literally meant to reform people so they can go to heaven. I bet it's because the angels weren't presented as a holy, heavenly, wonderful, perfect creatures and flawed and liars, and Adam was a dick. I bet that's why they attacked it. You think? We can talk about it more on Saturday when we watch it. But I wonder. Because I'm just thinking of, like, I don't know. It's pretty tame. I know. Why is the pimp gotta be a moth? It's just. I just really like moths. I think they're very cool. It's personally upsetting. Dude, hell, or 1 million moms were listening to Charlie's proposal. They're all mad and don't know why. Also, Amazon Prime has parental lock controls. No shit. Do they really? So you can go in and lock certain content? So they're just trying to push their ideals on everybody else, essentially. It's another case of that. Right? That's what it feels like. Another case of, I need the world to live like I live, otherwise I feel wrong. Or something. Blindly attacking people, don't know 100% about it. Yep, sounds about right. Right. Another case of, like, you have no hobby. Like, what do you do all day? What do you do all day? What do you do all day? You want to see what I do instead of infiltrating other people's lives with my beliefs? I sewed a little leather rabbit with scraps. Arguably, as pointless as your opinion on the internet. And yet, one of us has a cute little bunny head made of scrap leather. And one of us signed a petition that's hateful and will take shit away from others. I don't know. We all choose what to do with our time, I guess. To each their fucking own. I did it like, I don't even know. I don't know what it was supposed to be, but I did make a little, like, loop. But it's a bunny. We all choose what to do with our fucking spare time, right? Some of us choose to be hateful. To each their own, I guess. I can't judge, like, whatever, but you seem bored. Like, maybe find a hobby. Or it's 50 opinionated moms and 29,500 bots. Do you think they're smart enough to figure bots out? I'm not saying you're wrong, but maybe. They continue to push their beliefs on people and turn around and scream to gay people, stop trying to force gay agenda on us, the hypocrisy. Yeah. Big, hard, same. Mm-hmm. It is. It's like they can't live without the weird drama of it or without having like a common, like an enemy to hate together or something. Like that's the only thing they know how to rally around. And it's bizarre. You're not my real mom. Life's so freaking hard to navigate already. How do people find the time to give shit to others? Right. Yeah. Give shit to others. I just don't know. I don't know. Thanks, kiddo. I have a lot of scrap shit I've been trying to figure out what to do with. It's very cult-like. It's very much like, very culty. Yeah. I mean, it's another form of it, yeah. They're smart enough to pay a few $100s to the bot farms. That's probably true. See, I don't know. To me, the bots are like, you have to know how to code or something. I completely forgot you could even do that. We're just trying to save you from a lake of fire that our God will send you to anyways if you don't worship him blindly, but he loves you. And that's, I mean, you reminded me of this is kind of on the same note, like, if what I do in my day-to-day is so, like, satanic or whatever, like loving has been and sewing and crafting, like, I'm obsessive and, whatever, I guess I have that on my arm. Like, do you want to spend eternity in heaven with me? Because by all rights, we have fuck all in common, yeah? Like, why you inviting me in the house? I don't know. I don't want to spend eternity with them. They seem very dull. Real, I can fix her energy. Yeah. Oh my God. Dude. On that note, we have a lot of videos. Don't worry. I still have them all, but you guys keep triggering like shit that I've binged in the last couple days trying to disassociate from the world. Where's my weed? First things first. Priorities. I got it. It's fine. I watched like a breakdown of Kat Von D. And like, how doth the little butterfly yeet themselves off the cliff of nonsense? Cat to the motherfucking Von D. Oh my God. I knew fuck all. Like, I knew she was on some shitty tattoo show. There was drama, whatever. She made like a makeup brand, and the eyeliner was okay, and the lipstick was okay, and then they like basically made her sell it because she like dated an open Nazi who blamed his daughter for her own rape, etc., etc. And then she really, oh wow. If you've ever seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, you know when he sprays that new chemical he makes to make cereal stay crunchy in milk, he sprays it on the bottom of a sleigh. Not a sleigh, like a little sled. And he's like, all right, kids. And like, what? Like that's how the downhill of Kat Von D. It's so, whoa. Big wow. I mean, it was just astounding. Like, she's been on a lot of podcasts lately talking to other, like, Christian moms and shit about their, like, ideals and stuff. It's, she's not okay. She ain't okay. Nope. Dude, she is not okay. Yeah, she moved to the middle of nowhere, like, I want to say Ohio or something like that, to this little tiny town that's basically all retirees, and she lives for free in her priest's house while her house gets renovated. And she openly admits to moving there because the state really supports, no intervention in your personal plan for your child, i.e., they don't force vaccinations and they don't regulate homeschooling. So, like, her kid's set up for a bright future is what I'm saying. And that's like the fucking cliff notes, man. It was like I honestly was sitting here just like sewing something. I don't know, not sitting. I never sit, standing. And multiple times I was like to myself, just jaw dropped at shit she said out loud. I don't know if she's married to that guy anymore, Rod, but the guy, I think she did have a kid with that guy, the one that had an enormous swastika on his neck. Uh-huh. Kat Von D. She's just nobody. She's famous like all the little socialites of the 2000s, you know? Like she kind of had good looks and got on a tattoo show. Honestly, I don't know. Oh, she's an anti-vaxxer for a kid. That's what started it all. Like the world came after her for her saying she wanted to be anti-vax when she got pregnant, and so she moved to the middle of nowhere and went into hiding. And like hides in this church of people who also don't like vaccinations or something. It's very sad. I agree, Kendo, 100%. Like it's so bright there. Everybody's wearing white all the time. All they have is like harps and shit. So Emerald, no shit, she does not have anything to do with her makeup company anymore. I'm not kidding. That was one of the cool things because she did have some pretty, her makeup brand. I mean, we know she had fuck all to do with it. But if you guys remember, this was like, oh my God, a bit ago? Like the height of the makeup era. When was this? Like 2010s? I want to say. When her makeup was out, she released a lipstick shade that I think was called Barely Legal or Illegal or Statutory. Like, no shit. It was so bad. Does anybody remember the lipstick name? And that was like the beginning of the end for her. Because everybody was like, I mean, you could have just called it pink and you called it like rape. What the fuck is wrong with you? And she was like, it's edgy. And just kept standing by it. And then she has all these really, she's like besties with, you know, Marilyn Manson and stuff, which, yeah, she's just one of those that I feel like needs to stay relevant all the time and has gotten to the point where she can't stay relevant unless she's super controversial in her head. You know? But her makeup, because of her marrying a dude with a swastika on his neck and openly supporting him, like going no contact with his daughter because she was raped by his best friends and he blamed all of that on his daughter, they forced her to sell her makeup company. So now it's just called KVD and it has nothing to do with her. She's not involved, not associated, feel okay buying the makeup. She ain't in it. They forced her out. They were like, nah, bitch, you nuts. Oh, Underage Red. There we go. I really didn't think it was that. I didn't think it was just underage. I thought it was at least a play on words. Yeah. What the fuck? And she had one named Lolita, which actually was a really, really nice color. Unfortunately, name very, very problematic. No, you were close. No, it was that bad. Yeah, I remember when it happened. And she had nothing amazing. She had a couple products that I was like, okay, they're waterproof, like eyeliners or something, or lipsticks. But that was the beginning because she really stuck up for herself. She did not back down. She did not apologize. And then she just started going hard. And that's when her makeup company was like, peace. Yeah, I don't know why, though. She has to be conscious of this. Right? I know. Sad when people are given this incredible opportunity to do good or interesting things in the world and they just shit in a field instead. Seriously. They're like, you guys want to see my violent diarrhea? And we're like, no. And they're like, and we were like, we said no. You know, just, okay. Okay, hold on. I love that I just get like an opening picture of the links you give me, Glenn. And I'm like, what? She definitely thinks Lolita was about a little girl seducing an innocent adult man. Wow. Another case of your thoughts aren't facts. I don't have to say it right. An underage person can't seduce someone. They can't consent. They're underage. You, as a creep, can see a child as seductive. Not the same. Nope. Big gross. Glad we had this conversation. Gross. If people are that far down a rabbit hole, I honestly don't believe they can think they're doing anything wrong. I know. It's very sad. It's the self-aware, exactly. If you aren't self-aware, you won't see it. Yeah, it's sad. And you won't know you're not self-aware. Like, you might try. She's just trying to sleep. I don't. Melanistic jaguars are a thing, but melanistic panthers are, aka black panthers. They're not a different species. They're just melanistic of the same species, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. That's about it. Okay. Okay. Just making sure. I like big. He was like listening to like MSI for the first time. Like, of which I love MSI now. But the first time I ever heard it, I think I was like, like I didn't know what to do. I feel like he's maybe someone I need to break into because, like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean it's bad because I love MSI, but like maybe a breaking into that level of like, you know? No shit. Like, it's, how do I put this? It's really weird. It's almost like people of that energy are like a drug I stay away from at this point because I don't know if it's just me, but like my mental state starts to exponentiate on itself into a manic place with those people, feeding off of their energy and trading it back and forth, and then suddenly that person's not there anymore and I'm stuck with this manic energy I don't know what to do with, and it turns into a panic attack. But it can get very, very addicting. Being around other people that are also like me is terrible. So I try to, you know what I mean? It's so sad. It's like a coping behavior. The energy amplifies until we are the most annoying people in the room, and everyone wants me dead. But because that other person's bouncing off me, I don't even realize who else is in the room. I haven't done that in years, but like I've noticed there's people like that I just like. No, you're very needy today. Cheers. I'm going to still watch him because I trust you and I know you have good taste. It's just like that, like super repetitive high energy thing right off the bat set my heart rate like MSI levels, like, whoa. MSI, for those wondering, mindless self-indulgence. Very bizarre band from like early 2000s era, but great. That's it. Cheers. But they sound like that at the beginning. Like if you listen to one MSI song, it's going to slap you in your jugular for a second until you like get into it. And then you're like, oh, okay, no, I understand the theme here. You know what I'm saying? As an autistic with an ADHD wife, watching her spiral upwards with other ADHD is wild. Kind of love it though. It's bizarre because I don't think I've ever witnessed it. I can't help but join it. This is why when Rod and I hang out, we always go do something physical like hiking. Because if we weren't moving, I don't know if we'd set something on fire. You know? Oh yeah, you become just ultra dreamers. Exactly. I've learned that I can't have business partners who are as amped about stuff as I am. We dream and talk 90% of the time and get nothing done. You gotta have someone who doesn't have any ideas and just wants to finish the project and actually get shit done. You gotta have, like, the balance, right? I think a Titan's about to burst through my door. I hope I don't get eaten. Yeah. The first thing I think of whenever someone says MSI is the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, I'd go to that. Thank you. Mature. I mean, I hope. I mean, it never, like, everyone has a bad idea, but like when you have someone else out there that has the same energy and they're very similar to you, I'm not hating in any way, but there's no one there to say like, that's a bad idea. You can get in a lot of trouble. It can be really, I mean, it's just not, healthy. Like I tend to, I've noticed in like group situations or public situations, if I'm in a group of people and suddenly a person of that energy level enters that group of people, I start to hide myself because I don't want them to see it in me because I'm scared of what will, like, you know what I mean? It's like being a drug addict and knowing heroin's in the room. I disappear because I don't want anyone to know I'm there because I don't want them to offer me the heroin. Like, I know we are instantaneously going to become besties for the next 3 hours, and also everyone's going to hate us. So I just like, I start to like crinkle down and become really quiet and like fade into the background because I'm like, I don't need you to know. I'm just going to stay over here. Which is so stupid. Probably. Oh my God. Hold on. A boop. There are so many videos in here. I'm so sorry. My queue is just ridiculous. I'm trying. Yeah, so having someone who doesn't fuel every single decision all day by serotonin, that's a great idea. You should have that person around. The MS like, oh fuck yeah, Scissor Sisters, help. Let's go. We could go deep. Oh, Magrins, bless. We're just really weird together. Like I've witnessed it. You know, I can see it when it's, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. The irony of ironies, I'm incredibly anxious, but everyone I know thinks I give off very calm energy. I've had anxious friends that cling to my calm. You know what's crazy? I say the same thing about my calm. Like, I get described as confident, and I would self-describe as the least confident human being in the world. Like, I'm that shaking chihuahua with the eyes, 24/7. To which someone, like, people at the hospital, the nurses, my nickname was the human Haldol because I just had this allegedly confident energy that was cool and chill, and I had a tendency to be able to calm patients down that were maybe like sundowners or losing their mind or going through a bad injury or something like that without drugs, like just talking to them and soothing them. But it's literally the ultimate mask I've created over my like chihuahua self on the inside. And my therapist throws it in the face all the time. She always says, like, how long do you have to fake it before you make it, Katie? Like, are you just trying to convince yourself you're still not confident because you don't want to be like arrogant or something? To which I say, you're an asshole. And I killed her. Anyone knows any therapists out there, let me know. Dude, Oxmas, I was getting hit up by every single girl in my dorm, $50 a pill. I never sold them because my whole family's medical. So thank fuck I already had this background of like, drugs, man. People will overdose and die. Like, I absolutely not. But people were offering me $50 a pill for my Adderall. I know. It was crazy. And this was like, fuck, 2008. I don't think it was like before the ADHD like craze, Adderall craze, whatever. Like everyone knew what Adderall was, but it was like the beginnings because I remember seeing a commercial on TV and it was the lead singer of Maroon 5 talking about how his whole life was miserable until he got on Adderall. It was literally a commercial for Adderall, which shouldn't exist in my opinion. But my doctor prescribed me just what I thought ADHD medication to help me study. And when I told my roommate, everybody learned, and I was getting people knocking on my door at 3 a.m., $50 a pill. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not responsible for your heart attack. Get the fuck out of my life. But yeah, I learned real quick that those were valuable, and I had to hide them. It's so irresponsible because, like, I understand and empathize. You might have an addiction. You might have a problem. Like, I'm not going to villainize that in any way, shape, or form. That's a mental problem. But how dare you put that on me if something went wrong? Like that. No, dude, no. Oh man, Rage. I'm the, how do I put this to be? I'm the sheep that maybe got hit by a tractor a couple times that just, look, a cloud into traffic while my herd goes that way. Oh, it's terrible. It's the worst. Though I am very often kept on the inner side of a sidewalk so people can just body check me back into the sidewalk. I'm a absolute space cadet. It's the worst. Exactly, Ike. Like, don't involve me with it in any way, shape, or form. I've never heard of Sister Sister, so I Googled, why do I get music and prawn? Oh, apparently there's like, I mean, I don't know if it's fake or not. I've never done it, but like, there's a porn category where people squish their pee-pees together, and they call it scissoring. But Scissor Sisters is a band that's great. Ugh, sorry about that, Google. I'm so messed up that people don't need it. Abuse is ruining it for the people that do. It's sad. I love that sheep, damn it. That sheep dies young, I'm saying. Like, that's the one that the fucking wolves pick off. Instead of Bob, Katie goes, me. And that's the other thing, they're my fucking meds. I need those meds. Like, obviously I need them. I was prescribed them. Fuck. Yeah. I need a leash. For me, some people, as soon as they hear my spine is fucked up, they just see me as a source of pills. That's really sad. And I'm just fucking not that. What? That's really sad. That's really sad. It feels exploitative as hell for them to try and use my disability that way, which is, I mean, who is that that's not a normal behavior, right? Never in my life, even a close relative, have I ever thought to ask for a pill beyond over-the-counter meds. Like, hey, do you have an ibuprofen or a Tylenol? I've never, it's not like I've, resisted it or tried to be better than. I've never thought. It's got to come from a place of addiction, right? Or something. Because I don't think those of us who don't have an addiction, like, that's not my instinct. I immediately, like, if your pills even come up in a conversation, I would think, like, I hope your kidneys and liver are okay. Do you drink water? But, like, my brain's a little different, I guess. Not better or worse, just a little bit different. But that'd be my first thought is like, oh, I hope you're doing well. Are you working towards getting off pain meds, maybe? Like, is that even possible for you? If not, fuck, that sucks. Want to watch a movie and eat popcorn? I don't fucking, like, I just never. That's never been it just seems so fucking inappropriate. You know? And a lot of those same people suddenly started started thinking that their own pills were empty when they didn't realize you have to cycle your dose. Wait, they thought their pills were empty? Oh man, backs though, right? Yeah. It has never occurred to me to ask for a medicine. I mean, ever. I've had them offered. Like I've told you guys, when I was in Germany, I was traveling with like a charge nurse and an infectious disease doc and a pulmonary doc and two pulmonary physicians, my mother, who's a 40-year respiratory therapist, et cetera, et cetera. And I got like deadly ill. So every morning they showed up at my door with like the pharmacy. But that was a bunch of doctors and I was dying. Different. Also, I was so fucking out of it. I don't even know. Like I was just like, like don't take prescribed pills from people outside of a doctor or a nurse who knows what the fuck they're doing and you're sick. And don't ask for them. That's weird. Ugh. Let's watch this. He didn't point out that, he didn't really, he kind of did. He cleared, like, not only did the Catholics, like, commandeer a cool holiday and, like, fuck it, but they made it worse. They made it one day. They get, like, a month to fuck. Why do we always make it worse? You know? I mean, honestly, Rage, I was thinking while we were watching it, like, I wonder how many people click out of this because they get so, like, violently uncomfortable because they, like, it's uncomfortable it should be uncomfortable all the time. There shouldn't, if you know what I mean. It's uncomfortable all the time. Like, it's all the time. It's gross. It's disgusting. But I was thinking I was just wondering, like, I wonder how many people click out of that and they, You know what I'm saying? That's not real. We fixed racism. Obama was president. It's important to hear people say those kind of things very blatantly and without apology, Because he's obviously not the person to be apologizing. To quote the Kingdom of Heaven, God wills it. Yeah. 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 Big hard yeah. I thrive in this kind of discomfort as long as I feel like I'm learning something. Same. I feel like the moment I'm comfortable, I've stopped learning and I have nothing, like I get uncomfortable with it, I guess, which is weird. Like I feel like I always want to be thinking about something or like pondering something that mildly makes me a little uncomfortable. Because otherwise, I mean, if you're not uncomfortable, you probably already knew the material or something. I don't know. I kind of love it. I like kind of being slapped mentally with stuff like that. Like a lot of people probably wouldn't, they'd get personally offended. I don't take it personal. I don't know. I take it as just like, oh, wow. Yeah, I get that. Thank you. Learning to feel comfortable with your white discomfort can honestly free you. I mean, seriously, I feel like it's that or pretend it's not real. I don't know where else there is. There's the journey from point A to B, but like, you know what I mean? I'm sure you've all had conversations with people that like live in the North and therefore racism isn't real, or Obama was president, so we fixed it, or like, look how many people love Beyonce, and you're just like, oh my God. Oh, you're still talking. Whoa. You know, we've all been there. We've all had to talk to that person. It's the worst. I mean, knives, arguably, not part of the problem. Problem. Unfortunately. And I can't not be it. You know what I mean? Yeah, ignore it. Like, it's my mom. I never go to the South because that's where racism lives. Like, it's like the Jersey Devil, you know, but it's the racism monsters down. And I'm like, what? What are you saying? It's not, I I don't know. It's a hard place to be, and I understand why some people don't want to think about it because, like, I'm never gonna make reparations for what horrific white people did to slaves, etc. At all. Never. I can't. That's impossible. Uh, my family's pretty fresh off the boat, so technically I'm like it wasn't my, but like I can still feel bad about my association and the privilege I earned from said horrific activities and acknowledge it and be aware of it all the time. That, like, if I go to interview for a job and there's one girl of color in that interview room and the rest of us are white, the likelihood of her getting the job is low because of her fucking skin color. And not acknowledging that makes you even more a part of the problem. I think. But I don't know shit, man. I'm still trying to figure it out, and I think you just spend your whole life trying to figure it out. I don't know what to do about it, but maybe acknowledging it is the first step and not pretending we're all just like mystically diverse all of a sudden. You know what I mean? I don't know. No one knows anything. Thoughts aren't facts, but at least we're trying to figure it out. I mean, name exactly. That's another part. I mean, you could get even deeper than that. It's fucking disgusting. Never. I mean, but you can try, you know? No one's ever perfect, but trying to be better, at least. Yeah, the moment you think you know everything, you've lost the game. Yep. I don't want that to ever happen. Our heritage is British, like a honeybee, the worst of the worst, and they can't come to terms with it, so they just ignore it. It's like they're all playing pretend, right? Do you ever just look at politicians and think like, y'all playing dress up right now, right? It's like every time I hear someone, one of my mom's friends or my mom saying like, that's where racism lives, or some comment about that, I'm like, you shut down, I guess. How do you say that with a straight face? I don't know. I truly don't know. It's really hard for me to encompass at all. Or to take, like, ugh. It's too, I mean, I hate we say it too much, but like willfully ignorant. Willfully ignorant. It's almost like they know it's there, but if they keep repeating the rhetoric they're saying over and over, that makes it not there. You know? Oh, Molly, no shit. So at the very, very beginning of BLM, I absolutely said something along the lines of don't all lives matter. The problem with that statement is it became a protest to a protest strongly upheld by Proud Boys and white supremacists. Like they started using that. Yes, all of us acknowledge that every single life matters. But at this moment, because people of color are severely under attack and like at a disadvantage in almost every way possible in America, their lives matter a little bit more, you know? But literally, it was the far right, crazy people that are trying to, like, adopt Nordic symbols as like new Nazi signs or whatever. Those people started using, quote unquote, all lives matter as a protest to a peaceful protest, aka the Black Lives Matter movement, of people just wanting to be seen as equal and get equal pay and not continue the pervasive systemic racism of America, et cetera, et cetera. So it was like, it was, like you became guilty by associations. Yeah, thank you, McTaggart. That's such a good way of saying it. Until Black Lives Matter, all lives do not matter. I really, really like that. That's a very, I feel like I stutter through it because it's been a while since we talked about this, but I remember that, like, people said that to me. They're like, Katie, you can't, like, that is now a slogan of the right. Because that's their argument. It's the people who, I don't see color. It's that they're the same. You know what I mean? All Lives Matter is a racist derailment of a legitimate issue. Boom.
Boom, hallelujah, and fucking period. Yeah. Thank you. You guys are a lot more eloquent than me. I stumble with my words.
But yeah, both, I love that. And until Black Lives Matter, then all lives do not matter. 100%. And that was basically, very unfortunately, by saying that, or even trying to have a conversation, there's so many people out there that will just turn on you immediately because they'd only see black and white. Whereas, thankfully, you have some nice people in your life that are willing to explain things. Like, yeah, human life is to be cherished, period. But until Black Lives Matter, no. All lives don't. Yeah, I love that. That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah, fascists will happily use anything they can. Really, they adopt any language that appeases their purpose or whatever the fuck they think they're doing. Once they explained it that way, I understood it so much better. I mean, thank fuck I have a lot of friends who are a lot smarter than me, and I was living in Baltimore at the time during the riots and everything, so I learned, like, firsthand on the job, like, what the fuck happens when you don't listen to a bunch of people who have spent not eons, but, like, hundreds of years peacefully protesting. At a certain point, you're going to bubble over. And of course, they're like, but wait, about the riots. Look at the proof of the riots. None of the riots were started by Black Lives Matter movements. They were all white people, and they were just people who popped out of nowhere and decided to riot. Like, it's so easy to look this information up. And it's a true case of, like, you have to very hard dig for your confirmation bias if you want to believe evil. Know what I'm saying? Oh, dude. Mogrins, though. Stop. Think. Would Stormfront use it in a meme? Reassess. Word, though. Riots are the voice of the unheard, MLK Jr. Yeah. It's... Ugh. No shit. Almost every fascist phrase is co-opted from the more progressive slogans. My body, my choice, for the vaccine being a recent one. Wow, that's sad. Wow. A good way to look at it is your house is on fire. The fire department comes to put it out. Your neighbor across the street comes out to yell at the fire department because his house matters too. Until this motherfucker's house is not on fire, your house don't mean shit. Boosh. Amen. And we also need to, find the arsonists and maybe put them in prison. That's beautiful. That's a really, really good analogy, honestly. Yeah. Cheers to that. That's just phenomenal. That's a really good analogy. It's like, you gotta wonder, I have, like, how do you physically not have an original thought? Or are you so afraid of your own original thoughts you'd rather just be I don't know. I don't know that mentality there. It's very sad. I understand being lonely, but I've never been so lonely as to buy into an ideal such as fascism, racism, like any of that. What? Cheers. It's like offering to forgive student loans and the people who have already paid off their student loans going, that's not fair because I paid mine off. They should pay theirs too. A little bit, yeah. Absolutely, Molly. I've made I've said dumb shit and I've made dumb mistakes. I seriously, very beginning, I was like, all lives matter. And people were like, Katie, this is how that's being used. Like, holy shit, no. And I was like, oh my God, I am so sorry. Fuck me, right? Like, again, dumb white bitch moments. I'm just glad I have friends willing to point them out and not let me go on being a dumb white bitch. Don't ever let me keep going. Please. I don't want to. Yeah, life was hard for me, so life should be hard for everyone, which is gross. It's so weird. Fascists are just afraid of everything, especially change. They're afraid of things. If things change, life will be worse for them. Where does that fear come from? Is it like unfounded? Maybe such a lack of self-confidence they don't trust themselves to think. To be frank, we don't teach children to think, only to parrot what they've been told. 100%. I think absolutely. I was kind of thinking along the exact same lines. Like, independent thought is kind of frowned upon because you're not, praised for that. That doesn't help you get good grades in school. Independent thought doesn't really get you into college. But once you're in college and after college, you're supposed to be like an independent, wonderful, like creative creature. And truly, especially in I can only speak to the US, but like the way that our school system has severely gone down the proverbial toilet of standardized testing. AKA, most of the teachers I know feel like they don't even get to teach their students most of the time. They're just teaching their students how to pass some fucking fill in the bubble, standardized tests. That's it. That's what students are able to pass, standardized tests. But do they have knowledge at all? I don't know. I feel like people in my grade in like 5 years before and after were like the last clump that didn't have to pass standardized testing, but it was there. Like, I took like a WASL, like some Washington State, whatever, but I didn't have to pass shit. It was literally like a fuck off day, essentially. The most important part was that our teacher got us to sign or fill in our name correctly at the top, Timon, do you think I don't know if you think about it, kids get into school by their 5, do you think, not that it's too late, I feel like empathy we're born with and it's beaten out of us somehow. Like, somehow people teach us to stop listening to our gut and because it's like it's inconvenient to them for you to feel bad for someone. It's ruining their, like, I don't know. Because babies seem so pure and seem to have that kind of thing in them. People think life is a zero-sum game, that if someone else gets rights, they're gonna lose something. It's so, what the fuck? Like, where's what? Like, where does that come from? The martyr complex. But like, arguably, like, that doesn't set, the way I think of it might be selfish, but like the kids that, are coming out of college right now that would have had their student loans forgiven are probably going to be the nurses and shit taking care of me because I don't have any kids. So like, when I'm old and decrepit, I'm just going to be in some state home. And one of those D students is going to be a nurse's aide at that home. And like, I don't want them looking at me the way I look at boomers. Like, thanks for the trash heap. Like, the way I got spit out of college was like almost $200,000 in debt, but expected to like get a high paying job, a house, and a husband and have kids like within 5 years of said graduation. And it was a lot. I felt like very fucked. Like, not in the cool way. Because you come out of college and you're like all excited to get like because you probably looked at like the median like income for your career or whatever, and then you get that job and you're still like you live in paycheck to paycheck and like you don't sleep because what most people are paying on a mortgage, you're paying in double to your fucking student loans for the rest of your life. And meanwhile, all your relatives older than you are like, why aren't you becoming an adult yet? And you're like, can I have some more, please? I'm so hungry. All my money goes to an invisible place that literally can't take my education from me because it's all up here. but I got to give them all my money. And who are they? Like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? It can get very fucking overwhelming. Page 7. Hold on. Bro, you motherfucker. Oh my God. That, all I got, I literally just scrolled to the page. White supremacy culture, and racism are fear-based. White supremacy uses fear to disconnect us in multiple ways. Wow. That alone, like, tickled my pickle in, like, the worst way. I think you know what I mean. It's just another way to other us from each other. Gross. Oh, yeah. Yes? American History X is one of those movies that's like, oh my God, phenomenal. Do I ever want to watch it again? Nope. Do I have an existential fear of being curb stomped? Yep. Yeah. Edward Norton got jacked. That was scary shit. Yeah. Yep. Been there. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I saw that movie probably too young, like 7th grade. I don't know. Probably. We need to take a quick break and then go through the rest of the, I mean, not need to, but I have a lot of links. I just need to take a break first because I gotta pee and I'm out of water and so fucking thirsty. Help! I feel like such an old man when I do interviews for people in their 20s now. Really? When it comes to who are you type questions, it looks like a Google search for identity, politics, and sexual buzzwords instead of the normal personality traits anyone in their third or... Really? Man, I have no idea how I would like if someone said, "Who are you?" No clue. Broken, but doing my best. It's like they have a shoved down like if you don't. I mean, I have some younger nieces, and when I talk to them, it feels like if they don't identify by like 5 different pronouns, then they aren't being an ally to people who need separate pronouns or like feel like they identify as different pronouns. And I've had that conversation with a few of my very younger nieces. Like, it's not non-allyship to be born in the body you feel you're okay in. That doesn't mean you're anti-trans or anti-gay or LGBTQI+. Like, just because you like boys to one of my little nieces doesn't mean you hate me for loving girls. Like, having that conversation with kids is a huge thing, I think. Because a lot of their understanding is like, if we're not the same, then we don't like each other, and just explaining that like we can be different and still love each other. And that's normal. Lots of people are doing it every day. I've had that conversation with my nieces, a couple of my nieces a few times. And I think there's just no one in their life to have that conversation, because they're not different. They're surrounded by a lot of cis white people, in very like cis relationships, and like being around someone different and having a kid actually ask those questions that sometimes I think is really important. Because I mean, I identify as she, her, but I still consider myself a violent ally for my friends who are shut down upon by the government and other people and state legislatures, etc. Like, and I think that they, like I had a friend, like I can't remember which, it was one of, I have so many little nieces and they all look exactly the same. But one of them at a Christmas time once asked me, she's like, do I have to be a lesbian to understand lesbian or something along those lines? And I was like, absolutely not. If you love a woman, you love a woman. If you love someone else, you love someone else. Like, just be grateful you find love in your life. And having a conversation like that, I think is really important. Because otherwise they can feel, no one's telling them that you, again, it's just maybe ask the people who need the pronouns, like, you know what I mean? It's another situation of like imposing a feeling into a situation where maybe that feeling isn't real. I.e., I don't think feeling like a woman in a lady body that thank fuck I got born in makes me any less of an ally than if I was trans. To other people of any ilk. Like, I just want people to be left alone, They'll grow out of it. I mean, you think about it, every generation, we all have that shit, right? And depending on like how political your generation is growing up, and how the political atmosphere. Because I remember when I think it was one of the years I was in college. I was in college for like 9 years, but one of those years, it was like the Obama running years, and people like defined their personality by like they had these shirts that had the Obama like symbol. I can't even remember what it was anymore. Was it like a rainbow but different colors, something like that? But it would say Obama's my homeboy. Do you guys fucking remember these t-shirts? I cannot remember. It was like Obama is my homeboy, or my homeboy is Obama, or Barack is my homeboy, something like that. It like defined their personality, but I didn't. I wasn't like raised in a super like heavy political like atmosphere where things were, we were electing our first black president kind of thing. So it didn't become part of my personality at all. I don't know though. Oh my God, I hope people aren't assuming people can't understand themselves because they're young. Oh God. I knew I was gay very young. When did Xena come out? That was the gay. Yeah, I grew out of being an ignorant asshole. Yeah. Yep, with my generation, it was earrings. Everyone had to have one, but after a few years, a few kept them. Belly button rings. Belly button rings abound. There seems to be a huge fear among some more extreme right wing groups that the left are going to force everyone to be gay because apparently that makes more sense than them just having a world where people are free to be themselves and not hate each other. You got to wonder if it's a reflection of what they want to do. Like, they don't, they want me. I don't know. Like, what do they want? I don't know. Yeah, Demoy, same. If it's consensual and legal, do what you want. And I don't care what it looks like or involves unless I'm involved. And by involved, I mean like naked there. Like, that's when I'm curious. But even then, I'm down for a surprise. Let's fucking go. That's it. And I've said this so many times before, and I know it's crazy. It's a crazy thought. But like, all of these super right wing fucking like, I'm better than you motherfuckers are thinking about what you and I are doing in our gay bedrooms more often than you and I have ever thought about what we're doing in our gay bedrooms. And you gotta wonder, like, that's like super gay. So, like, I don't know. It fucks with me sometimes. Like, stop thinking about me naked all the time, you perverts. Fuck. It's almost as bad as those ones that want to like check little girls' genitals to make sure they're genetically whatever. They have the genitals that fit their fucking ideal before they play sports at the age of 8, in which case I would go to jail. They seem so convinced that people can be convinced to be gay, which is so, I mean, really though. I know a lot of us here are very, very liberal with our sexuality. I know that for like we talk about it so often, but no shit. I know there's a lot of people here who are straight or gay. Can you fathom under any circumstance other than your lover having a gun to their head being, I mean, and even then being attracted to the other genitals ever? And that is no shade on the opposite sex, but for real, I love them all. So I fucking, it's, for me, it's like, I have to think of like a debrided dick or something. And then I'm like, no, absolutely not. But I, like, there ain't no conversation or world that could convince me to suck a said debrided dick. Like, you have what you like, and there's nothing wrong with that, and no one else has to be into it either. You know? Oh, Molly, there's some states that want to do that, but only girls. It's so, and it's just this weird, I don't know if they're using it as a crutch or a backbone or whatever the fuck it is, but they use this whole like hormones argument. You know, a little trans girl should not be allowed to play sports because she'll have a hormonal fucking advantage. It's so hard to spit out this bullshit rhetoric that I've read about. But this is what it is. And so, if a little girl says, I want to play field hockey, someone at the school would allegedly have the job of checking her genitals. And if my child came home from school and told me that occurred, I would be in jail for murder. Or some violent crime, because what the fuck? In what world is any of that okay? Ever. Hello, General Rangers Love. How are you? Yeah, fucking. I mean, sports ball is stupid, but if they want to play some sports ball, just let them play some fucking sports ball. God. I mean, reasonable. How many times has that been proven absolutely correct? That all these, like, super anti gay motherfuckers out there get outed as being absolutely gay themselves, and they're just reflecting their self hate on the world. The trains are going to assault you in the bathroom. Anyway, you want to hoop? Strip down, kiddo, or get back to your 3rd grade class. Is this gonna be forever? Ah! So stupid. It's so stupid. 100% Lord Damon. Yeah. It's them looking for that the confirmation bias. You know, they look where they want for the information they're looking for. It's disgusting. If that ever happened to my niece, they'd never find the body. I'm there with you if you need help. Allegedly. Like, allegedly. Ha 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 ha. We would never. No. Just let kids play fucking sports. Are you kidding? They're children. Children. Fucking gross. So my SOM partners wouldn't date the opposite sex. Wait, the opposite sex other than me. Oh my god, my thing keeps jumping. But that's only because they're demi-homo-flexible. That's awesome though. I can name at least 5 women I know that are physically stronger than me, and I'm by no means a weak man. People are all just different genetics, right? Genetics create different bodies across the board. Some people, like for instance, I breathe wrong and I gain muscle mass from the belly button down. Like my thighs and calves are like snap quarters. Like I can't help it. My upper body, I could literally bench press 24 hours a day and not gain a muscle. I have been lifting weights for like 15 years and I still bench press the fucking bar. I have a really hard time developing any sort of muscle mass on the top of my body. That's genetic. Doesn't mean anything. I just have a way easier time downstairs muscle wise. Everybody is fucking different, right? It's insane that's, I mean, every single excuse to hate on the trans community is fucking insane to me. Just to put that flat out there. But some of them are just so much more stupid. I mean, they're all stupid. It's like, how do you do a scale? There's no scale. It's just like some make my jaw drop and some make my jaw fall off, I guess. What? Saronlin, no. Shut the fuck up. There was a complaint recently about a trans woman playing chess. Okay, my first instinct is literally what you just said. Why is there a gendered league for chess? Like, that was, like, my first question was to be like, wait, chess is gendered? I mean, to pretend. Wait, Mishy, what did we learn the other day? Oh my god, what was it? Oh god, what was it? It was in terms of like the Halo and the it was like skill issue, yeah. Skill is a oh fuck. What was the quote? Was it sexism as a skill issue? Yeah, it was all about how people who tend to be not very good at the sport they do are more violent towards the opposite gender when that gender is good at the sport because they are already super insecure, whereas people who are really good at that sport, i.e. really good gamers, do not feel insecure when a female enters the room or a person of the opposite gender or etc. They don't feel challenged, so they're a lot nicer. Misogyny. Thank you, Vixie. Oh my god. Misogyny is a skill issue. We've come full circle. Misogyny. It's a motherfucking skill issue, bitch. Whoa. I mean, Yeah, I mean, I cannot think of an excuse. Like, if you approach someone and asked them in the chess world, like, why is chess gendered? Are the boys afraid to get beat by a girl? Like, what about people who don't identify as male or female? Where they go in the chess world? This feels very antiquated. What's happening? I have to take a break and get some water. But oh George. Not for me. Music Man, you got me. Good song ish. It's a fucking head bobber. You know you belt this part. Get out. I'm loaded, cinemus, and ready. Bleh. Hi, Donna. How are you, love? I hope you're doing well. I'm just letting the song play, and then we're going to fly through these links because there's so many. I don't want them to crash. I got a lot. I went overboard. Sometimes the clothes don't make the man. It's facts. What up, Pren? How are you, love? Like, there's a fuzz on my nose. I love It's Always Sunny. What part is... We were living in a fantasy. Oh, oh my god. Yep. Unlocked Vital. I've seen that show so many times. Like, absurd amount of times. I was a little bit like, what? What? There ain't... I mean, it's really hard for me to miss a Sunny reference. That was... Yeah. Not... Yeah. I'm okay. Oh, is it super... That's my... I mean... George is better than me anyways. This bitch looks pissed. Oh god. Oh no. I don't know what these links are, but I'm just reading titles and I'm nervous. Thank you though. Oh my god, I would do it too, McTaggart. It's terrible. Like, I mean, you can't not. I'm just aware of how loud this mic is. George Michael, though, right? Like, just an absolute sex pot. So beautiful. So fucking talented. Such a sad loss. Ugh. I know. It's sad. He's wonderful. I mean, he's still an icon. Like, I don't know. I feel like he'll just be an icon. Oh, this part is just... Do you remember the music video? Oh. Cheers. Happy 420. So good. I kind of get that way side. Like, maybe it's less intimidating. Dude. There's another song that like it ended up being kind of like a sexy romance song in the 90s or 80s, but the original lyrics to it were so fucked up. I gotta think of what one it is. You reminded me of something. Yeah, Wombat. That kind of makes sense. I could see like myself as a younger person, that would seem less intimidating to me. And how when I was a kid and he got arrested, I was made to look at it as, well, he's gone down a bad path, and not that it was literally entrapment. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they can join the other chess when they feel more confident, but I do understand that. It's don't oh god. You heard nothing. Back, and you'd put your hand down to pet their belly like a fucking idiot, and they would grab your arm and do that kick. The back leg like against and just like shred you. If they held it by the oh, okay, so it wasn't correct. I thought it was anywhere in that. I didn't think there was like a correct, but here we are. Yeah, the like with their back and that thing, you notice it has a wobble. I'm gonna pick that up and I'm gonna go. Can I still pass it down to the generations? Because like that's a snow globe in my little kid mate brain. Would it break? I don't want to. It's very cool. I seriously, it reminds me of like a fish tank. It's like very kind of moves at that perfect like calming speed. They've got all sort. I got one that has more clouds, but only a 4.5-inch one. Oh, dude, I can't. Where would you even put that one? That one's huge. That was 175 pounds. Damn. Those are huge. It might turn into a bomb. I don't know. But like, I'd shake that shit. We had stuff like that when we were kids, like little kinetic toys where, they would move on their own. But of course, if there was liquid in it, you had to shake it and then there'd be bubbles in it and they were stuck there forever. But like, I like old maps, like with the dragons and shit on. That'd be sick. I could see how that's super calming. You have to tell us if it's lit, if it's as cool. And so also, I'm curious how much lit. I'm broken. How much light it emits. You know, like is it basically a nightlight in your living room, or is it something you would want to turn off? I guess you don't turn it off though. So if it's solar, is it always on? Like, no lights? Okay, so it doesn't like glow or anything. Okay, that's nice. I mean, that kind of makes sense because it's solar powered, right? Does it have a solar battery? Like, does it charge and still spin at nighttime? Or does it only spin when light applied? Lord Damon, because it would fucking confuse 99.9% of the population that think the Earth is flat or whatever. Or people that think the solar system is a circle. Not everybody likes space. Dude, Mighty, I said the same thing. Like, how do I spin it? I'm going to say, it does look like a cool, I like globes. I've always liked globes and maps. They're really fun to look at. I used to have a desk mat that was like a realistic, like stretched out kind of globe, showed things in realistic proportion to each other, not like that morph proportion where we think things, like we don't realize Alaska is bigger than Texas, et cetera, et cetera. It was pretty cool, but I think I ruined it. I don't know. Okay. Corsets at a certain point in time, they went down over your hips, right? Like the corset and the boning. And I imagine that had to restrict some fucking, I don't even know. I take for granted that everything I wear has spandex in it so I can move any which way I want. But with all that really, like not stretchy material all over everything, I don't know. It had to restrict shit. Your hips have a lot to do with everything, right? Where's the How It Works episode on this kind of dancing? Right? I want it. Hold up. There was so many different stages of corsets. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like a deep V in the front, and then it kind of went over the hips, or maybe it simulated hips. I don't know if it was hip pads. I don't remember. I obviously didn't, not corsets. Not corsets. Wait, yes. I think we saw this one, the beer store, because I questioned the beer store. I think so. Hold on. If it doesn't crash, please. Please stay. Or they had to serve really full glasses a lot. But why would you have to walk like that? Seems like a weird requirement to be a barmaid. Their chorus, I can't even fathom. Their lower back muscles. That's where I got to think it comes from. I'm not saying I've tried to do it, but like I've tried to just move without bobbing in any way, shape, or form. And I feel like it's a ton of lower back muscles. Like almost all of it. My lower back hurts instantaneously. Hold on. Oh. This one was crashing hard on me. I'm sorry, my tabs have been fucked all day. I mean, literally since the beginning of stream. They just went stupid, so I apologize for the slow. But like... So if exposing kids to LGBTQ plus media turns them gay, why didn't only being exposed to heterosexual media growing up turn me straight? Bitch. I mean, it definitely did. It absolutely has. We know that it has. I know people that I know people who have gone, I mean, up until their mid 40s, married to a man, like women married to a man, had children before they realized they were so gay. And now they're in beautiful, loving lesbian relationships and living the time of their life. But like, damn. It's very sad. Very, very sad. Yep, it's another kind of masking, just trying to fit into a society when you don't have a place to be. When society doesn't allow for you to exist, you will squeeze in somewhere because that's human nature. You got to, and unfortunately, it leads to a lot of people, yeah, being, I mean, mentally kind of fucked, which is so, I think is very sad. It breaks my soul. This girl is so funny. What is her name? Call Me Chris. I just recently found her on YouTube. She's pretty fucking hilarious. Maybe our backs hurt because we're old, Katie.
You know what? I don't like your honesty here today. I just woke up. No, I didn't. That's a lie.
You ain't wrong. Valid question. Let's listen to Freeform Jazz about it. Yeah, it forced them to pretend to be straight, which is so sad. Yeah. Again, I mean, we come full circle. I can't fathom what that feels like for somebody's soul. I'm convinced my mother was gay and didn't break out of it until her 50s. That's so, I mean, God, fuck. I can't imagine. Like, the amount of, like, convincing themselves what they're going through is correct and okay. Like, being miserable with their partner because they just don't feel attracted to them for one way or another. It's very sad. Oh, rage. That's sad. I wish people had the freedom to do that. Call Me Chris is fucking hilarious, right? I watched the thing about Fran Drescher. Her husband, after divorce, realized he was gay, but he said, I'm attracted only to men. But I was also very attracted to her. I mean, and that's the problem, I think. Like, we say spectrum way too loosely these days, but it truly is like a beautiful color spectrum, and you can be anywhere on it. You can be in love with someone you're not sexual. Like, I mean, Freddie is a great example. Like, he married a woman he was absolutely in love with, but he was a gay man. He just didn't realize that. He was absolutely in love with his wife, though, and I truly believe that. She was the love of his fucking life. It happens, man. It's all over the place. I mean, it makes me sad sometimes to think people kind of cloister themselves into a definition that might be barring them from possible love elsewhere outside of said definition, you know? Like, think of all the love in the world. 100%. You can also mistake the attraction in the sense of friendship, companionship with romantic attraction. Absolutely. And there's like, lust, and there's like people get obsessive with other people. Like it's all over the place. Seriously, I think love can be all the fuck over the place. Nobody loved more than his wife? Penis. I mean, did he ever let a penis live with him? I think he only let his wife and his cats live with him. I do believe his wife and her new husband lived with them for quite some time, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. It's been a while. Right, and then we get to the like Mishi exactly now define romantic attraction. And that gets a whole new like broad like for everybody that's different. Like it's just we can't. I know we don't, but as a society, we got to stop giving into the easy, lazy instinct of there's two categories and you fit into these or you're not one of us. And it's very antiquated in my mind, you know? I think and again, I know maybe this is ADHD. Who the fuck knows? I love that there's such a beautiful fucking vast landscape of variety in human beings. If there was only two types of human beings in the entire world, how fucking boring. What a bland beige society. Boring. I love the spice of variety, man. It's beautiful when I hear about someone who has a different definition of themselves and they want to talk about it and be open. Like that feed, I'm like, yes, that's so cool to me. And I just thrive in it. And it's like fucking vanilla tapioca pudding without it. You know? People are interesting. We should let them be interesting. I don't think people are born boring. We crush them into boring. Oh, he had a partner up. Did they live together? Good. Good. I love that movie so much. I'll have to watch it again soon. My sex ed teacher, who's a legend because she was a lesbian biology teacher, went, attraction doesn't define sexuality. It's what you do with that information that does. I love that. We were talking about the complexities of sexuality and how sometimes people of any sexuality might feel attraction towards a demographic that doesn't fit their sexuality. They get confused and angry about it. And that it's so sad because most, if not all of those groups would welcome you with open arms because they're just full of love. And I guess it's confusing because it's like, I think there's a level of like instinctual comfort in human nature to, like once you've figured it out, you don't have to think about it anymore. And if someone presents a new idea to you that suddenly you might identify with, you get angry because you're like, oh, fuck, but I thought I had it figured out. Maybe. I don't know. Vanilla, you're right. God damn it. Someone always calls me out on this. Vanilla is the most complex flavor. I'm sorry. Give me a not complex flavor. Plain. Plain pudding. We never, and honestly, who wants it figured out? We wouldn't keep going. You never figure it out. As long as you're trying to be a good person, I think that's what's important. Water flavored. Stop it. Do people just make water flavor? No. Okay. Like we were saying, she was blonde. And I knew her as a blonde, and then she fucking dyed her hair red, and suddenly I didn't recognize her thumbnails and just stopped absentmindedly clicking them. And then the video of her dyeing her hair got suggested to me on YouTube, and I was like, oh. Nope. It was so not cool. It was she looks, tell me she doesn't look like a different person though. And it does, she fills in her eyebrows and like wears lipstick that matches her hair. She really, she knocks down on herself all the time, but she went to cosmetology school and literally was a teacher, I believe. She knows her shit. Like she's absolutely stunning and she matches all of her shit. Yeah. My sophomore year of high school, a friend of mine that was a junior invited me to go to prom with her. And when I went to get my prom haircut done, the lady said, "Do you trust me?" And I was like, "Yeah." Don't do that. And she gave me like borderline micro bangs and big old fucking Shirley Temple curls. It was the time. And I was like, oh God, what? I have pictures of this. This is real. I had like these this. I mean, my forehead is no shit, barely a 2 head. I don't have room for bangs. It shouldn't be there. They were so tiny. And my hair is very coarse and very thick. So in order to style them, I literally had to like blow dry them against my forehead in the morning and like burn all the flesh on my forehead. It was a horrible time. But I went to school the weekend after prom. And that morning, I remember like so anxious. I was like, oh my God, I have micro bangs. Like, this was not an era where anyone had anything but a side bang. Like, it wasn't. But I fuck you not. Our head cheerleader, the only one who was a real gymnast and did backflips and shit, saw me in the hall and goes, oh my God, I really like your bangs. And the next day, she came to school with the exact same bangs and they looked so much better on her. And I fucking hate her. I'm kidding, but all of that really happened. They looked she was so tiny and cute. She looked precious. They were perfect. Life, though, right? It was a terrible time. You need room for them. She totally, but I mean, she was so straight up honest. Honestly, she was like, I think she may have fucked one of my brothers at one point. So we were on like a level of friendliness-ish. She's not like all the other girls. Oh, I would have betted her so quickly if she had it would reciprocate. Yeah. She was gorgeous and she gymnast body. I mean, she was a real gymnast. The only cheerleader in our school who could like would come into the, doing real backflips and shit. Oh yeah, she was also super tiny, so she was the one they would toss. Oh, it was insane. I know. Oh shit. I mean, Rod, how important is it if you just reminded me? Funny because we don't call it bangs in the UK. It's a fringe. A fringe. Where did bangs come from? That's interesting. Fringe kind of sounds like it makes more sense. The only difference my subconscious has for a bag is fuck. So a side bang puts them straight. Okay, that's the mental image of that though is. Because they're banging. Is that what it is? I don't know. That's a good. I'm curious why the fuck they're called bangs. That was my mom. She also dated the quarterback in high school. My mom was the same, but she dated the captain of the basketball team. I think she still takes it personal that neither of her daughters fit any of that stereotype at all. She didn't know what to do with us. We got too big. All right, let's watch. I just realized what time it is. Let's finish these fucking. That's some major Big Brother energy. That was heartwarming as fuck. I stole your saying, Revoltcon. I'm sorry, but that was facts. So I'm gonna play through the whole thing on stream again this Saturday, Donna, if you're free at all and you want to hang out and zone out to it, because I haven't watched it more than once either, and I do want to watch more of it because we talk about it so often. I feel like I need to watch it at least 3 more times to like remember everything to even reference it. I know, Glenn. It's such a fucking. I feel the same, dude. It's like I appreciate, like where's my is it?
Do you like snow?
This.
Do you like snow?
I love that I have that. But I too have a hard time with people that put their babies on the internet. I don't know, but I don't have a kid. I don't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. I just, I feel like it so easily slides into a really dark, scary place of like monetizing your children versus just posting a funny, hilarious video of something your child just happened to do. And I don't know. And it makes me sad because those are hilarious. Like, but, also the child, they're great, but I don't know. Me being like a paranoid person, I'd probably never put my child on the internet because I'd be like, there's pedophiles everywhere. Fucking sickos. Like, no one will look at my child. But who knows? Facebook made a new world in the ugliest way. I don't know. They like normalized publicizing every moment of your life. It's weird. Yeah, it's like the cute moment without making money off it, but inevitably it turns into a money-making scheme, and you gotta just hope that parents don't have that tendency to fall into, oh, this becomes monetary as opposed to like that was a one-off and it was funny, but like I'm not putting my kid on the internet or monetizing my child or whatever. I don't know though. Not a kid. It don't matter. But like we all know we've talked about these stupid the fucking horrible channels that are literally national news at this point. Because what, went from an harmless, just putting funnies from the kids up on the internet turned into monetizing the kids and like locking them in the basement and starving them to death and shit like that. Like, it just so easily slides down a terrible place. I don't know. There's got to be some regulations on it or something, right? Like, don't kids have a right to their image? A little bit? Quill, thank you. I kind of wonder. I don't know. I was not a baby during the era of the internet. I don't know. But I guess not really. Yeah, I guess your mom, you're kind of your parents' property, right? Till you're 18. Oh, no shit. Allison Stoner is petitioning hard for that. Really? Good. I wish I'd been recording when my 5-year-old son looked me in the eye and told me how to pecker slap someone. These are the beautiful moments that, like, that is yours alone, man. You hold on to that tight. That is beautiful. Exactly. Glut. I totally get that. Yep, it is. And I mean, I was definitely filmed as a kid. Like, my mom had a video camera, and it was like, I remember one of the most standout things to me was always Christmas morning. Like, we had to stay the night at my grandma's house, and we would wake up in the morning, and we weren't allowed to touch anything, no presents, no nothing, until everyone in the entire family showed up, which was like 10, 11 in the morning. And then you could open presents one by one as they were distributed, but you couldn't move on to the next thing until you went and tried on whatever the fuck my mom got you and came out and modeled it in front of her goddamn video camera. And I can tell you that fucked me up a little bit. Not only do I make my living on camera, but like I have insane body image issues from that. And like it would be literally just like a slaughter. Like I would feel like a pig at slaughter. All of my aunts would be lined up just like, nah, her legs don't look very nice in this. It's making her arms look chubby. This isn't her color. Just like tearing me to pieces. And then my mom being like, all right, take it off. We'll return it. And that was Christmas. Like, there's something to be said about, that. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Hi, Money. Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate you. I would have choked on something and died if my child said that. That's just fucking beautiful. Children do say the darndest things sometimes. As a minor, your image of everything is a product of your parents as well as your signature in any contract. Weird. Talk about generational trauma. I mean, it's weird stuff, man. That's why it's still incredibly hard for me to go clothes shopping. I don't. I've cried in more dressing rooms than anywhere else in my entire life. I don't. I haven't bought clothes in like 15 years. Someday I'll have to, but like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, it's do you like it? Like Berserker, no shit. It's do you like it? Will you wear it? It's not, let's let all your ultra thin ants just peel down any semblance of humanity you had before this exact moment. Merry Christmas. It was really bad, and she has it all on camera. Like, she thinks these are the cutest memories ever, and I'm like crying in half of them. It's terrible. Yep, it was just the worst. No, it was more about my mom. It was about, I was a reflection of her. So, like, if the clothes she bought me didn't look good on me, she failed. She didn't see it as them picking me apart. She, like, neurotically internalized it as, like, she didn't do a very good job. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't excuse any of it, but, like, I can see where it's coming from. I'm doing better. Don't worry about it. I'm so sorry about that, Quill. That's not fair. Good evening, John. I hope you're doing well. You are right. Me too. It's like, dude, oh, fuck. I wish I would have saved it. It was a quote, like, on, I don't know, somewhere. I think it was I have, like, booklets, workbooks for therapy and shit like that. But it was a quote in there that said, as a woman, I harbor no ill will towards my mother. As a daughter, I have a lot of anger. And it rang so true to me because as I get older, I try, like, I always am trying. I will never use how I was raised, my parents, etc., any of that to be a shitty person. But, like, being able to separate that I can be more than one thing and I can, you know, I'm allowed to be angry. That's okay. As long as I'm also working on realizing everyone's a human being, everyone's trying their best, etc., etc., and everyone's going to fuck up their kids regardless of whether or not they want to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like doing your best. Doing your best. I mean, Quill, you know, but the fact that you try and like the way I think about it and the way I heal a lot in my own thing is I think about my mom's mom, my Nana, who I talked to you guys about. She was my token, my wonderful little Irish Nana, but she was raised in an Irish Catholic orphanage by Irish Catholic nuns. So, like, I think, like, what kind of trauma was my Nana trying not to pass down to her kids? That, you know, some of it inevitably slides through the cracks because nobody's perfect. You can't be. That's not fair to ask of you as a mom or a human being. And then, you know, as the generations go down, like, we're all trying to do better, but we're not all improving from the same point. You know, like, I'm only 2 generations off from Irish Catholic orphanage nuns. Name a worse parent. Maybe the priest that fucked the little boys, but I don't know. The shit my Nana told me was real fucked up. Like, I don't know. I try to have a lot of heart love for them and compassion for the fact that I was definitely not raised as if my parents were Irish Catholic nuns. Like, they've done work. It wasn't perfect, but there's work done because that was not the same, you know? Oh, Kendo, dude. I mean, if you've ever seen that movie, I think it came out in like the 90s. Fuck, was it like I want to say it was called Mary Magdalene, the Magdalene Girls, Magdalene something, but it was about an Irish Catholic orphanage in Ireland and like followed this one girl and her experience in it. Do you guys know the one I'm talking about? It's I mean, I watched that with my Nana and she almost hurled. She was like, this is too real. She couldn't watch it. And it is fucked. Fucked. But everybody does their best. It doesn't forgive bad behavior, but it doesn't give you, I mean, why waste any moment of your life just harboring anger for something that you cannot change because it's the past and this is the way it is today? I can't do anything, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like, we can see the epigenetic shifts in children born to people who live through famine. I mean, literally, there's an entire generation in my family directly post the Depression who are, have I want to say issues with weight. Because I wouldn't describe all of them as obese, but they would self-describe that way, and they have so much self-hate, and they're all a little bit overweight, and they do have, like, a problem with eating, like, the eating is how they self-soothe, but their parents were of the Depression where there was no food. So once you had food, you fucking ate. And you probably had 12 siblings who you were, like, wrestling on a splintery wood table for said food for. And so I get it. We're all gonna have shit like that, right? Like, we survived the eyebrows and the heroin chic. We're still all there. We're still all getting through it, you know? We'll get there somehow. But we're all surviving something that's generationally, whether it was our parents or not, fucking with us. We can't help it. As long as we try to be better and we don't use it as a crutch to be shitholes and make other people feel like shit. That's when it's not okay in my book. I totally get that, Kona. Yeah, there's nothing like a fucking bowl of chocolate ice cream at the end of the day. Fuck yes. My mom's side of the family were raised Irish Catholic, oh God, until my Aunt Sheila was put in the hospital by a nun disciplining her. Yeah, I have story. I could go on forever. I do have to walk my dogs, but no shit. My Nana's arm was broken by a nun. And they didn't know she was ambidextrous, so she got out of writing classes for like 6 months, and she could write the entire time. They were the worst. I mean, they were not the worst I could personally attest to, because holy shit. Yep, kids are to be seen and not heard. Don't touch the walls. Don't make a sound. I know, bud. All right, let's find someone cool to raid. I know. I could talk forever. I missed my people. I'm so sorry. I know. I'm the worst. But you're the best. Bob, don't boop without lick. There's allegedly a has-been hotel emote in Fortnite. What? I'm gonna. I hope she got a say in that. You get very close to my mouth, bud. I don't think my parents attempted to do better than their parents, which is that's definitely out there. In that you gotta. I mean, you probably know more than anyone, but like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I know he is my good boy, but he knows we haven't. I may or may not have literally not left my bedroom in a few days, so I'm going to take them on their first walk in a few and try to get our sads out in the fresh air, yeah, bud. You just blend in. You're invisible right now. You're very cute though. Lick feet. Oh yeah, Lilith. If toes are out, she'll try to go for him. I have to hide my feet from her. It's really gross. I can't take it because I'm way too fucking ticklish. I'm too ticklish. I'll kick her in the head on accident. He is the void. He's my special boy. He really is a very good boy. There, now they can see you. Show them your eyes, son. But they're black. You got whites. You have cornea. I've seen it. It's a very good snuggle bug. It's very good. I don't want this. I don't know where your mouth's been, son. He wants to eat my chapstick so bad. That's all he's going for. Fucking gross. Oh my god, Vex, dude, I'm literally just about to raid someone. Hold the fucking phone. I don't mean to make you save it another day, but I quite literally haven't taken my dogs out in some days, and I need to take them for a very long, beautiful walk. But if you fucking bring that link, I will prioritize it at any fucking time in the week if you bring it back. I know. It's seriously, it's just I feel very bad. I'm taking my dogs for a big, long, wonderful. I'm so sorry that the last 3 days sucked. Walk. And he's dumb stoked, even though you can't see him because he's blending into my whole life. I'm gonna raid my girl Jade. She's amazing. She gives good vibes. She's chill as fuck. Thank you eternally for the good vibes. I don't know what else to say. I hate the word vibes. It's too overused, but like you guys make me laugh and feel better, and I need that. Life sucks sometimes, but you guys are sick. Hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. All those things. Eat something tasty. I'll see you guys tomorrow.